Yo, Kobe, can you hear me?
Welcome everyone, here we are, the PlayStation Tournament's EU Fight Night Invitational. I am one of your casters here, I'm K-Wist, and I'm joined by the legendary Mr. Joey Fury, Furious Joey. How you doing today, Joey?
I'm doing well, man. It's good to see you. There's lots of exciting stuff happening in the Tekken world. You and I have both been traveling a lot lately. Got the Tekken 8 beta coming up soon. We got Evo coming up. And of course, this top 8 happening today. It's a lot of exciting stuff. Before we get started, we do want to just remind you guys, PlayStation does have an official esports channel over on YouTube now. You can check it out at youtube.com/@PlayStation Esports. A lot of cool videos and content, so be sure to give them a subscription.
Yeah, make sure all things PlayStation tournaments like this, you know, be on over there, so you guys do not want to miss any of that. But since here anyway, we have some amazing Tekken action for you guys here today. A top 8 bracket. Joey, some amazing names that we have for you guys, some amazing names. Take a look at how this all went. There were open qualifiers. We're here now at the top 8. It's going to be a double elimination bracket. All of the games will be first to 2 until we hit that top 3, where every game will be a first to 3, best of 5. This is how we're used to doing it. You know, we've done this a long time, Joey. I'm sure people at home,
we know the drill.
Know exactly. Yep, know exactly how this is done. But if you are new to this is how we run things over here as well. I do believe there's also a bracket. I was starting to take a look at the prize pool, actually,
yes,
what these guys are going to be fighting for. There's some money on the line here, Joey. A nice chunk of change to go home with. So if you finish fourth, you go home with a nice $50. That is $100. Second, $150 in first place goes home with $200. So a nice chunk of change to walk home with for playing some Tekken 7, Joey.
Yes, and let's take a look at this bracket. Who's going to be vying for those top 4 positions, trying to get in the money. See at the top of the bracket, we got Blackheart 59 versus Kaizoku Lars. Some players that we've seen relatively frequently in these brackets, but a bit of a new name, Endymion versus DBP. Maybe you got. Do you have the intel on Endy?
I'm told that Endymion is actually Isaac Frias, someone we've seen quite a few times in these tournaments, rocking that Kunimitsu. So we'll be expecting a Kunimitsu versus Bob matchup in that game there. And then below is going to be K-Top versus Xeon. That's going to be Greece versus Italy there. K-Top, someone who has been very frequent in these brackets as well. And there's actually will be a challenge event in Greece in October later on in this year. So hopefully see him there. Maybe get his own top 8 offline there. And the final game will be a name we've not seen in a long time.
Eddie.
Eddie. Going up against Rise RX's Cloud P7. So all of these games, there's definitely a lot to play for. They're actually the only 2 UK players in the bracket. Unfortunately, we're playing against each other in the first game of the top 8. But I think if you've been familiar with our tournaments over here, I think that is someone that you're expecting to be the favorite right now, because Eddie's been gone for a long time, but is known as a bit of a demon in these online streets, Joe.
I was gonna say I haven't heard from Eddie in a while, but I remember him having like a little bit of a reign over UK Tekken. He plays a lot of different characters, if I remember correctly. Should be interesting to see who he brings out today, since he's been away for a while.
Yeah, I mean, back in, I think it was season 3. It was definitely before season 4. Eddie was like the guy who, he was known for having every single character at Tekken God Prime. I think
That's crazy.
the only other player I think that's done that is Ning. You know, as far as, and I think probably some like low highs or was pulling off, but like he was literally the guy in the West that had pulled off. I think a lot of other players are doing it now, but like back in the day, you know, before some say ranked will be easy, you know, he was doing it every single character, Tekken God's Prime, and just playing hard, competing hard. And speaking of competing hard, if you guys ever want to join in one of these tournaments, go to compete.playstation.com. All the information that you guys need on these tournaments will be there. You can sign up, get involved. We want more players. Me and Joey want to commentate some new faces sometimes. Tired of seeing the same old names, man. So maybe you one day will be on this stage and we'll be commentating your games. So hopefully you guys get involved, and would love to have you guys.
And one other very important way to get involved, you know, meet people, talk strategy with, we got the PlayStation Community Discord, of course. You can join the PlayStation Tournaments Community Discord to find regular updates on esports events, articles, videos, and meet with others to improve your game. Take out the phone, scan the QR code, type in a link, whatever you got to do. But it's, yeah, a great place to improve, meet other people who, you know, share an interest in the games that you're passionate about.
Yeah, so I believe now we're going to start preparing for our first game of the day, which should be Blackheart 59 versus Kaizoku Lars.
Yes, indeed.
If all my intel is correct, that should be an Italy versus Germany face-off. Blackheart, I believe, is a Noctis player from Italy, you know, around those parts. And the thing is, knowing these two, that's going to be a bit rough for Blackheart, because Kaizoku Lars, somebody who plays against a lot, is Momodog. I'm saying, because one of the best Noctis we have in Europe, if not the world, very optimal with the combo. So optimal with the character with his combos and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how, you know, he plays against someone who plays against that character all the time. And also it's funny as well, you know, Kaizoku Lars being a German, because Germany's on a bit of a tear, you know, right now when it comes to European Tekken. A lot of people are, there's a debate for them potentially being the best Tekken region in Europe, you know, when it comes down to it. So excited to see how we have a few Germans in the brackets here. I know DDP's in the bracket as well. There is right now Blackheart 59 from Italy. Only 22 years old, a bit of a young one. You know, a bit. I can say that now. I'm going past mid-20s. A bit of a young one. Coming up here. From Italy, playing at Noctis. Someone who I think is definitely on the rise. You know, seen him in a few of these brackets as well. But also when it comes to, you know, other tournaments as well, like the ICC as well, competing in those and taking a few names every so often. So maybe this will be a chance for a big breakout here, Joey.
Yeah, a lot of young talent in Europe, I noticed. I think Kaizoku is pretty young contender
Kaizoku's
as well.
Also young as well. You know, HK Jr. is pretty young. Tetsu is kind of young. But he's getting a bit old these days. You see, like, actually, no, Kaizoku's no. I'm the same age as him. Never mind. He's not that young.
Kind of in the middle. Kind of in the middle.
He lied to me. What the hell? Yeah, Kaizoku Lars from Germany. Repping the Lars as well. Sometimes plays the Claudia, and whenever he does, I get really upset because he's betraying his namesake. You know, his name's not Kaizoku Claudia. It's Kaizoku Lars. But one of the, I think, probably the best Lars player we have, you know, in Europe, I think, is between him and LMG Mob. But he's someone who we've been seeing offline very consistently. Can have a bad performance here or there. Does really like let it get to him sometimes, but definitely someone who has the skill level to go all the way in a tournament like this, Joey.
It's going to be interesting, like you said. You know, playing against Momodog, probably some of the absolute best Noctis practice you could possibly get. Someone that's going to teach you every in and out of the matchup and what you've got to be doing because he's so optimal. But it's always a little bit of a double-edged sword, like training with one person in a matchup over and over because you run into somebody else and they start doing different stuff and playing a little bit weird and it can throw you off. So we'll see how Blackheart is maybe able to like take advantage of just having his own style with his character. Definitely interested to see how it's going to play out for that reason.
I can definitely speak on that because this past weekend where we just had Brussels Challenge, I had to play HK Junior in top 8, and before I was playing Joker a lot in practice. He just happened to be playing Heihachi. I didn't ask him to play. He was playing Heihachi. We played a lot of sets. We played just a long time, warming up for our match, whatever, and then, you know, get into the game. And HK's Heihachi is just 10 times more aggressive. You're not ready for certain things, so I can definitely speak on that from just a very, very recent note as well. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind because, you know,
it's real.
I think with a character like Noctis, it's not as much of an issue because I think Noctis is very, I don't find him to be a character you need too much different with besides like a different Oki selection. You know, I think that's like the main thing. But in general, in neutral, Noctis is really not going to be surprising you with much. I don't think, you know, he's going to do some upward ones or up back ones or up ones if he's getting a bit too crazy. 2-2 in the neutral. You know, down check. So let's see how Kaizoku Lars answers a different style of Noctis in the black card. But the Infinite is your too. Infinite stage, you think there's favors for the first game, Joey?
I mean, I think the book says it favors Noctis because he's just got like the best backdash and just that annoying long range game plan. But I mean, Lars' backdash is not bad either.
No.
It's gonna be a war.
Always forget this is a law match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Chip it away. Generic low kicks out the gate from Kaizoku Lars. Very simple.
There it is again, the first up one of the game. Definitely will not be the last. Going forward 4. What is the Oki selection here? Okay, very. No, I think Overcooked did a bit too much there. I had a guaranteed power crush around.
Yes, it hits the side roll if you roll right into it. Blackheart working on a little bit of a lead.
Nice.
Overextends slightly. What a whip punish.
That's one thing Kaizoku is very good at. His whip punch with the up blast as Oki goes low. Or sending.
Oh, that could have been it.
A full combo.
Okay. And the spring kick to stuff the slam dunk, running 1+2. Nice job in the scramble from Kaizoku.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I didn't know while standing 3 was. I guess he held back because held down because it knows.
Yes, it caught Blackheart off guard. I don't think many people would hold down to get out of that.
I could have had a full launcher.
He wasn't ready. Back 2. Mighty back 2.
I think back 2 is such an annoying move to deal with in this game.
It's like a top 5 move. Okay, pretty even, swinging up close. Kaizoku extending his lead, looking to put the pressure on. Nice step, beautiful step. Kaizoku up 2. Just ripping the launcher out the gate. Nice block from Kaizoku, not willing to believe in the launch there though. Blackheart just working up a little bit of a lead with his pokes. 2. Fishing for the up forward 1. It's been good to him so far. Okay, nice little punish. 14.
Yeah, I like to see that Kaizoku challenge the 1-2 there though, because it's like only +1. Nice side step. Decent punish. Could have had more Kaizoku. That could have been the round actually. No break on the throw. Is that dead?
Yeah, no, not it. Not quite. One chance. He mid for the win. Solid stuff. Really good sidewalking from Kaizoku there on the open stage. Just keep moving right, shutting down a lot of Blackheart's offense.
Yeah,
well three rounds straight.
Yeah, I like the ender as well. One thing about Kaizoku is he plays things very safe. Sometimes too safe, but worked on his favor. They had the running 3, got the plus frames straight into a nice safe mid afterwards to close it out. And I just like that ender from Kaizoku. Didn't have to risk it. It was two rounds up. Could have taken some risks. Could have taken some liberties. Had some rounds to play with, but kept it safe and won the round in our black card. What do you do? Because even though that was 3 rounds straight, there were rounds they literally the first round he should have won. You know, down 2-2, finished the combo, would have been the round. So it's not too disheartening, I have to say. You know, my philosophy when it comes to like those situations, like if you lose and you're making mistakes, I just turn around and say, okay, then don't make mistakes, and then see where that takes you. So black card, don't make mistakes, and you should win this game.
Just think about those rounds that were winnable. I mean, it was kind of a weird situation, like while standing 3 into the hold down. But Kaizoku just played it really well. Like you said, he plays pretty safe and conservative, but I think he showed just enough crazy. He got one of the forward 4-3s out on the board. You know, let him know that he is just crazy enough to show it a little bit. I think Blackheart's really got to deal with these sidewalks. Got to get it under control. Get the forward 1+2s going. See if he can make this a different game from that first one.
Yeah, I mean, the German players are known for their movement, you know, moving around the game, and we've seen it a lot with Kaizoku Lars here today. I think Blackheart should do a better job of just keeping in check forward 1+2. Noctis down for 1's pretty good as well, you know, from tracking, keeping him from going to the left. So let's see how he employs that. There's a down forward 1.
Here we go. Game 1 out of the way. Time to loosen up.
Nice. Get up there from Blackheart.
How far can we go? Yeah, all the dash jabs. Well done. Let's run up some wall pressure too. That could have been real bad. He's fishing for it now.
There, but you can't count. You could only really Twitch confirm it, and I just don't think Black was ready. Speaking of not being ready, dropped combo from Kaizoku Lars. This could cost him, but I don't think so as long as he finishes this combo.
Oh, he swung at the last moment and that counter hit sidewall saves him. No punish.
No punish. They're both crumbling.
He got rage.
What are you doing?
A little too greedy. He died with the rage on the board too.
I think Black Card's been watching too much Ducky. That is what I've surmised from that down forward too.
That was super crazy. Gotta get that rage drive out there.
Very nice. Full combo as well to the wall. Pressure nice. Full crush down forward one goes to the mid. Life lead for Black Card now.
The chance to maintain the wall pressure, secure a round. Another big counter hit.
And this is lost, so we're going to the wall.
Oh, man, that's fucking damage.
One
the big low.
Yeah. That would have definitely happened. It's 4 rounds straight for Kaizoku Lars right now. Black Card needs to try and stop the bleeding, and this might be it.
I thought though, I was worried that was gonna happen. The back to the wall rage.
Oh.
Heartbreaker. Now that's 5 rounds straight. Really rough position to lose that one.
That's the second time I've seen that in as many weeks. I saw that in ICC last week. Super Human versus Momo Dog. And again, maybe Noctis Rage Art is just terrible.
It just sucks, man.
They punish that. Very good.
Good job.
Lars will punish that. This could be it, Joey.
Ooh, I've never seen that resplat before. That was stylish.
Very nice work there from Kai. I like that punish as well because I think that was probably the only thing that would get them like a clean wall slap from there on a whiff punish. Knew that exactly, and Kaizoku was going to take it 2-0 over Blackheart 59. One of the most unfortunate tournament matches I've seen in a long time, I have to say, Jerry.
That was rough. I mean, at the same time, Kaizoku Lars, he was playing so well to the point that the only way that Blackheart was really going to get those rounds was off of like crazy interactions. You know, he forced him to look for like a panic DF2. He forced him to look for a panic rage art. And depending on what character you're using, those rage arts with your back to the wall are not always reliable. There are certain ones, they go very far forward. There's a lot of stuff happening with the camera. And when you're by the wall, they're just not something you can rely on. Like Lays is like that. Eddie's, Noctis.
Master Raven has been a big offender.
For sure.
I've seen that from multiple times. I've actually had my own interaction with sparring at the wall before, which has been weird. There was one time it happened against Joker. His back was to the wall, and somehow we just completely swapped sides. And because Feng is about to mix up, I died. So yeah, it is a wall and the rage art. It's weird how long we've been playing this game and how we don't have that much longer left of Tekken 7 as far as we know. And still, you know, there's so many things we're still exploring with this game and learning about this game. So, you know, I think what's crazy is by the time we get into the next game, we probably haven't explored everything, you know, in Tekken 7. But we need to explore this next game we have coming up for the people. Then I still say
yes. I think we're jumping over to the third match. Yes,
we are gonna have K-Top stepping up all the way from Greece. One of the standout players from Greece very recently. You know, before, you know, you said around 2019, etc. You'd only really expect like Varn and Nivek, but the two players coming out of Greece, so they were going to travel. They do big damage now. But 2 players who have stepped up, K-Top and H-Top. You know, they are twins. They compete in Tekken as well as Mortal Kombat as well. They're very, very, very good at NRS titles. I think K-Top's actually a champion, you know, in those games. And, you know, he's been traveling a lot. He went to the mix-up last year, travels as well. I expect to see him at Clash of Olympians later on this year, Tekken World Tour Challenger event. And, you know, he's just been doing very good with his Zafina. Plays very well. Been the main character. Has Julia, 3 other characters. Well, I think they both the twins play Geese as well. Zafina is the main for K-Top, and he will be going up against none other than Zion from Italy, another Italian step.
The legend, the Fight Nights legend, Nicholas.
Yeah, this guy has been crazy. You know, see him in the Fight Nights, also in the ICFCs, a lot of other tournaments as well. I don't see him travel offline as much. Obviously, you know, a bit older than some of these young kids we have out here. You know, probably has responsibilities in real life, can't travel or playing fighting games, but you know, Zion is someone that is not to be slept on, especially in these tournaments. Really comes alive, really is in its element. The Armor King is definitely scary, and especially when he gets those chain throws going. You know, you're gonna have a bad time, Joey.
Yeah, he's made so many deep runs in these tournaments. Been gate kept by Fergus a few times, I would say, who's not in the bracket today. So whenever Fergus isn't around, I'm always kind of looking to Zayon to make a deep run, potentially take it all, because he's just very consistent, extremely dangerous Armor King player. He knows all of the secret Oki and the tricks to really open you up with the grapples. It's really fun to watch. So I'm always excited to see a Zayon match about to happen.
Yeah, I mean, get another Italian step to the stage. I think Italy's a very interesting conversation to have when you talk of European Tekken, because at one point they were the number one. Go back to Tekken Tag 2 and early Tekken 7, players like Mitra Storm, Harry Potter, Daniel Madu even now is someone who is probably making a run for top 5 in Europe himself, so putting Italy back on the map. Galanda as well, lots of other names you can pull out of when it comes to Italian Tekken. Over the years, I think UK and Germany has sort of really stepped up and really made there be an argument now, because before it was just Italy's number one, and now there's an argument UK, Germany. Obviously, you can't forget France as well. Jordan Super Kuma, right? Doug from Paris Gunny. So, I like the state that European Tekken is in right now, and I think with the final year of Tekken 7, I think at some point we need to get that definitive answer to close off Tekken 7. But enough about that. We don't even have UK or Germany. We have Italy versus Greece stepping up right now. Zeon versus Kato.
Let's go. Yeah, man, one last tour to decide it all these regional battles and rivalries.
One tour to rule them all.
That's right. All right, here we go. Armor King versus Zafina on the Dragon's Nest.
Let's see the matchup as well. I don't really think Armor King has a terrible time in this matchup. One thing about Armor King compared to King, I think he has very low hitting mids. You see the forward two there, hit the down back three.
Yeah, that's a nice thing to have here. It's probably going to be a bit harder to get in and get the chain grabs going, get the command grabs, but his mids are going to be very reliable here.
And hopefully the big one as well, but I think down is for nice was the back four. Three can keep Kate up in check early on in this game.
Stab, squaring up the wall here. Looking for big damage though.
Remember those hop kicks early? I think he wants him to just be thinking about the mids, because I think that's when those chain throws are going to be coming.
Absolutely, yeah. He's trying to earn his right to sneak some of those in. Not a bad idea. Establish it early on.
Down by 1+2, forward force and plus frames. Challenges, no punish at all from Dion.
Got a little bit of damage with the forward 4 2 though. Going to the wall here, not quite.
Oh, wow, excellent there from K-Top. Dion in the kind of pocket corner there. Nice break on the giant swing, swap situation, but a whiff punish.
That was nice. Oh, huge drop though. It's gonna cost him.
Dion, these combos you need to fix up.
He's gotta clean it up.
I think just overcooked it there. Just a bit simple. Side step down back Q4, get the wall splat, but that mistake is now cost him, and K-Top now one round away, essentially one mix up away from taking the first game.
He's running with all this momentum. One hit away.
2-1 nice just does it. And that is something that I think Zeon does a lot in the pressure panic situations. He'll just throw out the forward 2-1. If it hits, maybe I've done it. Because I think in those situations, people actually just aren't looking to duck it. But K-Top was definitely at that scout and takes the first game in very quick fashion.
Yeah, he didn't have much time to really make a plan. How am I going to make this comeback? He had to just go for something. And K-Top, way too smooth with it. Just super locked in. Wasn't going to let anything major happen to his life bar. Ready to duck the string. Yeah, some serious adjustments Zayon needs to make. I mean, the combos were dropping. He was kind of just opening himself up, trying to establish his mids so that his throws will be respected. But there just really wasn't enough time for him to establish his game.
Yeah, and I think the only command through was that giant swing got broken. Stop situations, almost gave him the round because he had that 4-2 on the wall. But it's just, I don't know. I think that's the number one thing I want to see more of, Joey, is just some throws from Zeon. He needs to slow this pace down because K-Top is just fully in control of this game. And we get the Infinite Azure 2. I think that's just going to add insult to injury for Zeon right now.
Random select stage. It's random select every time in this format. So it's kind of a bad draw for Zayon. Now he's really got to work to get in and establish his offense. The giant swing is broken, like you mentioned. So it's very simple adaptation process with Armor King. If your giant swings are getting broken, it's time to progress to the 1+2 breaks and the 2 breaks. Nice parry.
Parry there from Zeon. With the shining back ender, very nice.
Damage.
Punish.
I believe minus 14.
Yeah, 14. I mean, a back one would have been very nice there.
Okay.
What's the counter hit?
Smacked up. Huge damage, one guess.
Ooh, I think had the read there on the spring kick could have finished off. But either way, Zeon takes the first round.
Okay, huge progress. Turning things around. He's on the board now.
And a good cross frame.
Just spacing out, waiting for an opening.
Nice there.
Really good adjustments. K-Top was getting big. He was getting big damage off the hop kick last game. Kind of getting shut down now.
Messed up with the off axis. Didn't know what to do.
Oh.
Tries to do a back one plus four. Did not want to play the game. Did not want to block, and it might cost him big.
He didn't want to hang in there. He might win. Might not though. Hold on.
Into one, back 1+2. The squid arms.
Risky, but very hard play to make in that situation. Blocking that low. Scarecrow 1+2, getting huge mileage for K-Top. Zeon, maybe got to give the Scarecrow a little bit more respect. He's falling behind on life.
With Zafina with a life field infinite is zero, I mean, it's hard to bring it back. He needs K-Top to make some mistakes, and he is getting rewarded for it, but it's not enough just yet.
All the lows.
Tries the down jab, does not work out, and K-Top moves on to set point, and we're gonna have second fast 2 of the day, Joey.
He's moving quick, and he's playing loose, trying to establish all the stances. Nice, okay. Hop kick slows him down. So Zeon's chance to get some momentum. Low reads it. Not too risky against Zafina though.
Yeah. 2-1 down 4. Playing the poking game now. Playing the poking game very well.
Yeah. Okay, good escape. Big whiff. Tried to power crush out of there.
Yeah. Work out down 2 for Zeon. Takes the final round. Second game. He needs this one.
This is huge. Okay, big down 3 counter hit.
Oh no.
Roki.
Oh, very nice there from K-Top. Tricky stuff. Almost half-life gone for Zeon. Definitely in trouble. He's really struggled to make the comebacks in this game.
K-Top has been showing he's a little antsy with the keep out. There could be a chance for Zeon to whiff punish if he stays patient. There's an opportunity. Too late.
Late on the punish there. This is not looking good for Zeon at all. Forward 4 gets the counter hit, and that is gonna be it. 2-0 for K-Top from Greece over Zeon there, and that one, I was expecting that to be a bit closer there, Joey, but I don't know what happened to Zeon today.
He was settling in. Game 2 looked a lot better, but not as sharp as we have seen him in the past. Missing some punishes, a little late on the hop kick punish. While standing 2s, we're not getting punished. I mean, you never know what's going on Zeon's end of things, why he might be struggling, but doesn't really matter if you're not clean. It's gonna be a hard time, and just couldn't quite get started. So I think nice job, K-Top.
Yeah, and also well played to K-Top as well. I think was able to just read a lot of good things from Zeon. Knew when to challenge and knew when to take a turn. I think maybe just the matchup unfamiliarity there from Zeon. Maybe some things he just didn't know. I think Zafina is a character. There's a lot of stuff that people still to this day do not know about this character. You throw something out, you're like, whoa, that's minus whatever. So I think that kind of maybe caught Zeon off guard. Definitely a character to put in a lot of time if you want to know how to deal with them. And just an unfortunate there from Zeon, but he's not done. We'll go down to the lower bracket. Hopefully we get to see more of him later on today. Also down there is Black Card we saw from earlier. So the 2 Italians are today, both in the lower bracket. But hopefully we'll see him, both of them later on, Joey.
Yeah, so as Zeon's still in it, he'll have to win 2 in the lower bracket till we can potentially see him on stream again. But good stuff to K-Top, and we're going to jump into second match of our bracket on winner's side. And there's go ahead.
Endymion or N? I don't know how you say that. I'm just gonna say this is someone known as Isaac Frias.
Isaac,
seen a few times on these PlayStation tournaments, Fight Night Invitationals, etc. Receivers. We've seen him quite a few times. Rocking that Kinemitsu from Spain. Definitely someone to look out for in this. It's definitely the carrot team to look out for in this. The character that's been pretty popular as of late, Joe. I think a lot of people are talking about Kinemitsu right now because some people said she was bad, but then those people are using that character to win tournaments. So I don't know. I don't
Funny
know
how that works.
Yeah, I don't know what the truth is anymore, Jerry. But Isaac Free is definitely to watch out for. But his opponent is definitely no slouch when it comes to these tournaments or any kind of tournaments. Mr. DBP from Germany, one of the best German players, probably the best Bob we have in Europe. No offense, Rukang, but definitely someone with the way he uses his character is definitely a terror to go against in tournament. The optimization is there. You know, the threat of the mix-ups is there. The way he just is able to pressure every single person he plays against and just make them look like it's their first time playing the game is definitely a treat for the eyes, but not if you're playing against him.
Yeah, DBP definitely a force to be reckoned with. I believe I know for sure he's won at least one of these fight nights.
Yes.
Very dangerous in this bracket.
He actually won the Roads to Evo last year, so got the free trip out to Evo for last year as well. Did not win this year, unfortunately. That went to Kira. But you know, definitely someone who has the skills to go all the way in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even just reflecting on the bracket, you know, he very well may be the favorite today, just based on his past performances and how well he's done. And super fun bot player to watch. I love just seeing his unique combos, things that you don't see any other bot player doing. The way he carries to the wall with certain enders, it's very unique.
Yeah, I definitely picked up a lot of him when I was learning Bob for the first time, because you know, I think he is one of the Bob players to watch. You know, if you're trying to learn how to you know, just do things with this character. So definitely excited to see what he brings to the table today. But Isaac Free is definitely no slouch. With that Kunimitsu as well, bit of a tricky character, someone that I think very easy to pick up. I think quite difficult to play against if you don't know what you're doing. I think that set stance causes a lot of issues. And maybe we'll see how DVP plays around it today. I don't think I've ever seen him play against the Kunimitsu, so this might be the first time, Jay.
The Kunimitsu matchup can really mess people up. Like, really good players, if they're not super well versed in how to fight her, I mean, the ranges are different, the way that she can approach from so far away. Her stances can be tricky to deal with. I've seen really good players just crumble to not knowing exactly how to handle her. And if the Kunimitsu player is very strong, that Katon stance becomes really scary as well. Where she can do the teleporting dive kick into the confirmed launcher. There's a lot going on with that character, so we'll see if DBP knows his stuff. I don't think I've seen him fight Kunimitsu before.
Yeah, and I guess speaking of, you know, that's the 2-2-2-2-2-2-2 as well. Such an annoying string to deal with. And again, you can do the first two hits into the Katon stance, and that really creates another issue, you know, for the opponent as well. So I think playing around those stances, knowing how to deal with them is very important. But also, I think playing your own game is there as well. One thing I like to tell people all the time when for advice, is just play your game until your opponent forces you to stop. You know, if they're stopping you playing the game, if they're shutting down everything, if they're doing this, then you know you need to switch something up. But I think until they force you to do that, don't get in your head too much. Play your game, have fun, see how it goes. We're getting into our third game of the day.
Let's go.
Isaac Frias versus DBP on the Twilight Conflict 2. It's actually a nice stage for DP. Likes the stage quite a bit.
Scary stage to be fighting Bob on. I mean, the Hell Sweep at the wall becomes a combo starter, and you got the Crouch Dash 1+2 to worry about. If you get squared up in that position, it's very scary, especially a Bob player like DBP is going to make really good use of Bob's wall pressure. Even the sidestep 1+2 becomes a combo starter. You can just get swatted through the balcony.
Yeah, I mean, getting into this now, I'm definitely just excited to see some DVP. It's been a while since I've seen DVP play, actually.
Let's go.
So it's a nice little refresher for me. See what he's doing. See what he's up to.
Now, there we go. DBP, his first match, PlayStation Fight Nights today.
Instant CD3 there. Father 2-2. You're gonna see a lot of that today, Joe.
Yeah, 2-2 all day. It's a Punisher, it's poke, it's keep out, it's everything.
Set 2 gets the counter. That's one thing I really like. When you came to the game, is that little animation you got for set 2. Can't peel off the wall though, unfortunately.
Okay, threatening that last hit. Yeah, gotta respect it.
The last hit is -14 for his crouch, so it can be launched by Bob. So definitely a bit of a mix-up there for Isaac, and whether or not he wants to finish it. Nice twin pistons. Is this gonna go to the wall?
Not quite. Anyone's around. Burns the rage. Burns it back.
Sit right back, DVP. Last round.
Be on the board. Testing with the throws.
DD3 not looking for that second.
I like seeing Endymion going for that up forward 4. It's not a move I see that much from Kuni players, but I think it's really good.
2-2, nice. Whip punch is the up for 1+2. CD3 2. DP tries to duck the 2-2. Second is okay. He's just throwing them out. Never mind. It's not whip punch. He's just doing it.
Oh, what a block! Accidental block. I think he didn't look ready for that at all.
Yeah, and DP with the up forward 3 doesn't get this combo though.
It's round again. DDP still respecting that string. Probably a smart thing.
Has to get up. I mean, that's annoying. If you get up there and she does set, Kinemix, she gets the back turn mix up. If not, she gets guaranteed hits on the ground. So complete mix up there, but the 1-2-1+2 gets the counter hit down 2, gets the wall. This is a good combo unless he misses to get out. No, he doesn't know.
There you go, that cool wall carry from DVP.
CD1+2 not gonna kill CD3.
What? Crouch
everything
S3
just everything just mixed. Everything. Oh no, which one is DVP though?
This could be bad. The rare DF3 one string.
You don't really ever see that, especially as a round ender, but DV had a reboot nice for while standing 3. As the 3 is to the wall.
The wall.
Dude. DVP right in the he's just so unfortunately huge damage as well for DVP. Almost
just gets out for no reason. Now DVP in the corner.
Yeah. Actually, nice there.
Good job stepping out.
That should be done. Counter hit. This should be the round. We're going on final round, first game, yo.
It's a war. He's trying to establish the ball roll. He's swinging aggressive up close. I like that. It's DF3 into DF2.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
DVP's got some unique strats.
Gets the float.
Yeah, gotta get off this wall.
Going back 1. Again, does it again, but this time ready to duck. I think DP needs to start punishing that. He's not going to be the third hit because he knows this launch. Classic DVP, CD3 into down forward 2. Gonna spend the wall as well.
He's been cooking that one up the whole time, establishing Crouch S3 mind game. What an Oki trap.
Oh, DVP.
He saved his best stuff for last, man.
Yeah. I mean, in that situation, I think if he does the 1+2 roll into the 1, I think it's guaranteed hits and flips over. So I think Endymion was sitting there thinking, okay, I'm just gonna do what I normally do, get up in the situation because I'm gonna take this mid anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, I think what my rule is, when you see someone end a combo in something a bit weird, something a bit different, you don't normally see it very often, just stay down. That is my rule, because normally that means they're gonna try and relaunch you in some way, shape, or form. So,
yeah, sometimes it can backfire. You know, if he were like kind of low on life, like around 20, 25, staying down, he could risk getting like the booty drop option that does a bunch of damage, but he could live that no problem. So I think your philosophy is definitely right. Just stay down, don't risk it. But that was good from DBP. It's unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, he takes the first game, and I think the thing that surprised me most is I think Endymion Isaac Freeze is really staying in this though. I think DP's testing him a lot. We're seeing the down forward 3-2s. He's doing that a lot for some reason. But Endymion by the end he's ducking it. Didn't launch get a huge combo, but whilst in one it is pretty decent, pretty nice, especially because he had DVP's back to the wall. So I think getting into the second game here, let's see how he adjusts, because I think that was not easy for DVP. Someone was saying is potentially the favorite to go all the way here today. Definitely not the kind of start he would have wanted, but as they say, a win's a win.
It was competitive, and you can see like some of the uniqueness of DBP's Bob. He's like establishing this weird Crouch -3 mind game, Crouch -3 by itself. He got a lot of productivity out of that, so let's see if we can keep developing.
There's a Bob stuff I call the DBP. You can do CD3 into the power crush, because if they jab you, the arm's gone. So I call it a DBP. Ah! Whoa! Going under. Oh, set 3. For some reason, the set 2 goes under the up forward 4. But
yeah, swatted out the air.
What's going on now? The progress of the
Trying to make use of this wall pressure. Whoa.
That's actually not a bad option if it means she's just going to go past you. It does put his back four, but he doesn't get launched until he gets launched. Now, Endymion on the board first time.
Endymion, really good wall carry there too. Just a short carry with the double hop knees. That was sharp. Clean stuff to take the first round.
Ooh, nice. Good for counter hit. DVP. Endymion really not scared of DVP pressure. To no punishment.
She got something though. He got his low in there. There you go.
You mentioned it in the first game. Having a balcony or a breakable wall that helps become so much scarier. There it is.
It was a little funky though. He had a bad angle.
Oh. Wow. He was a huge risk there. I think Endymion blocked that. That could have been dead. So
Could have gone through 2 balconies into a rage art.
Nice. Into the CD1 combo as well. It's a bit harder to do, but gives you a lot more damage. Actually, a bit more. It's actually not worth it.
It's too easy for DBP. He saw that one a mile away.
Yeah, this should go to the wall as well. And again, Isaac Freezy needs to try and side roll to the right. Cannot get out of it. I mean, DB in the corner, but like huge life lead. It's going to be hard for him to lose this one, Joey, I think. DBP's got this round locked up.
Wait a minute.
I don't
speak too soon.
Don't speak too
soon. Okay. All right. Yeah, he still had a long way to go. That's for sure.
I think it was possible though for Endymion. I think it's obvious to say just make a different decision in certain situations. You know what I mean? But there's the CD1 for DVP, and the first one that's landed. This is trouble.
Yeah, he's cruising now. He looks a lot more comfortable.
One after one plus two, just turning out again. No whip punish there, but the hell sweep is good enough. And we're going to see another one. The wave dash. Endymion, nice patience. 1-2, 9G kicks.
DVP's got all this life that he can just throw power crushes with.
Got the follow up there though. He needs to keep in the corner. Needs to try and end this round. Can he do it?
That's
down
it.
2-1.
Nice
That was a nice change for Bob in season. It was even season 4, season 4.5, where they made down 2-1 safe. On block, only -9 as well, so there's no risk in throwing that out to try and end the round. DVP does it, and he will move forward in our bracket, and Demon goes down into the lower bracket. Unfortunately, I want to see some more of Isaac Freezy, so hopefully can make that run. Yeah, every single of our beginning games here has been 2-0.
Yes.
Joey. So
yeah, let's look at the whole story thus far. Like you said, we've had nothing but 2-0s. But we've got Kaizoku Lars versus DBP is queued up at the top of the upper bracket now. K-Top advanced, so we're just waiting on the UK battle. The return of Eddie versus Cloud T7. Okay, should be a really good one to square out the rest of winter semis.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably another one I would predict to go 2-0, so I'd like Cloud to really subvert my expectations here. Well, it's hard to say because Eddie is someone who apparently there's nothing to be known about.
Look at this mystery of a guy.
He's a mysterious individual. The only thing that's known about him is from the UK. Has Akuma as the character that he selected as well, which is interesting because Eddie, he's never really had like a main. You know, he's had Bob and Leia were the two you'd say were his main characters. But also had a Dragunov very strong in season 1. Played Feng briefly when he came back not too long ago. Falcon Run was his main around season 3 times. So, you know, there's not really a character to pick from. And I think he's always known for picking the strongest character. And if that is the case, he may be picking the Akuma now.
Maybe.
So, could be the case. But here's Cloud T7. Going with the King usually has the strong Eliza and Mastery as well, but the King is the main character. There's also not only an all UK battle, this is an all Birmingham battle. Both these players from Birmingham, from the same city. Could be literally minutes away from each other as they are playing the game. As far as I know, I don't know their exact location. Sorry, I can't give you guys that information. But Cloud T7 versus Eddie. Interesting. Eddie also a former Rise member as well, so this is Rise versus X Rise. Birmingham versus Birmingham, UK versus UK. There's a lot of storylines going on here, Joe.
Should be a good one. Yeah, Cloud, I have seen a bit of him in the Fight Nights recently. Not only a King player, but also reps the Raven as a potential counter pick. And really just comes out the gate, like swinging with all of the strats, all of the traps. Maybe doesn't have a ton of staying power in like a very long set, but like crazy dangerous from what I've seen in these short sets. And very clean with both characters. Like the Raven doesn't look like a second string character. He's totally ready and locked in with either pick. So he could go either way right here.
I think it's weird as well because King and Raven are characters that I'd say from in themselves they're both specialist characters. They're characters that I believe you're playing this character, you need to really main them to get the most out of them. But I think you can switch between the two pretty effortlessly, and like you said, make them both look like mains, which is pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. I think the most interesting thing for me is what character does Eddie go for?
Yeah.
Not seen him in a long time. The last time I think I played against him or saw him play was the Feng. Then, but had Akuma on chose that for the character. He's known as a bit of a troll that could have just been a troll for the people at home. And look, I'm playing Akuma now. Oh, everyone boo me, you know, throw tomatoes, etc. But I have no idea what character he's gonna go for. And Cloud, it is the King or the Master most likely. Against a character of Eddie's caliber, you're most likely looking for. Your main character is going to be the Feng. However, Cloud gets a good stage.
I knew it was gonna be the Fang. As soon as you were like, yeah, he picks the best characters, picks the good characters. It's like it's gotta be the Fang. Top tier and not too difficult to use. But yeah, Cloud's gonna have some stuff ready for Forgotten Realm, definitely, as a King specialist.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this stage is. I've been trying to make petitions to get this stage banned. You know, I've seen too much nonsense on this stage from time to time. You know, most recently, Gosane versus Khan. That game was a UCF2 combo. I lost one of my 9 lives, I think.
Greg Marduk. Yeah, well, one floor break down and got virtually nothing from it.
Oh, this is a scrappy start from both of them, I have to say. But Eddie wins the first big interaction. I'd say breaks the floor immediately. I think it's very smart when you're playing as the King and Armor King and Marduk to break the floors before they do.
I don't know what happened with this combo ender right there, but 2 floor breaks down and a nice wall carry from Eddie. He's got the wall squared up. He's got rage.
Think I'd counting on the downfall too, but either way, Cloud takes the first round.
Caught Eddie stepping. Eddie was trying to square up the rage drive. Good read from Cloud.
About Cloud as well, I think his movement with his character is very good. That King wave dash is not easy to do. Pulls it off pretty effortlessly, but gets a counter with a side step 4, 4, 3, 4 for the follow-up.
He was trying to get a deep wall carry, but that is not the correct route right there. Triple arm break.
Yeah, I think that's a very good option because most people are going to be looking for the RDC, so they're not really going to be breaking now.
Oh yeah, nobody breaks the triple arm.
Okay, hop kick for Eddie. This isn't going to be dead. I mean, his best case scenario here is break the floor and just take it to a mixed-up situation. Fang at the wall is scary, but get out of it, down 4-3, but no, what are you doing?
Okay. I don't know what to say about that one.
I'm gonna assume that was down forward 4-3 and he got forward 4-3. I'm gonna assume that's what happened there. Or he wanted to style this round window and miscalculate the combo.
A huge whiff. Cloud did not take it, and it came back to bite him. Crazy scramble wire. 1-1 on rounds. Eddie's loose now.
Back 2-3 in the neutral as well. The 1+4 as well to end the round. Eddie, like I think he's slowly getting better as the game goes on.
Yeah, he really turned up with that momentum. He knew that he could have lost that 1 round, and now he's like, okay, playing with a free round. Blocked by Cloud.
He's blocking that's his second or third down back 3 but not the best punishment every time.
Coming back in a hurry here.
Oh no, up forward 2. It's unfortunate again. There's the launch finally for Cloud. When he needs it, he's got it.
That comeback was crazy. Eddie got a little too nuts, just challenging, and his life lead just disintegrated. Not the down back 3 he was looking for. Counter hit up 4.
A shoulder. Cloud in the corner. This could be dead with the right combo. It's gonna definitely be dead, I think.
Good combo from Eddie, converting a little bit of a weird angle there. That was good stuff. Yeah, what a crazy first game.
And then they switched the kind of, okay, now we know who you're picking. There it is. It is the Feng way to start. And I think, yeah, I mean, I think a good start for, well, no, I have to be so honest. That was very scrappy to start off
Extremely.
with. I think the first round as well, there's drops, misses from both sides, interesting combos. I think definitely probably their first game of the day. Well, it literally is the first game of the day. So I think you're going to be a bit, not as loose as you want to be, but like you mentioned, I think as time went on, we definitely saw Eddie definitely getting more loose. His combos were on point. And I think Cloud as well, his punishment was slowly getting better on the down back 3s, launching them. So, yeah, no, good start. Definitely a good start for Eddie, but Cloud definitely not out of this. if anything that first game showed, he is definitely capable of winning this.
Yeah, it seemed to me like Eddie just came into that first game like, I'm gonna be scrappy, disrespectful. I'm gonna challenge plus frames. I'm gonna just go crazy with the down back threes. I'm gonna do whatever I want, and see if this guy can just really hang defensively with me putting all this stuff out there. And Cloud was like creating the opportunities to really deal with all of that, but he was just a little bit too sloppy executing some of his punishes, capitalizing on some of that. So Eddie, I think his game plan just narrowly worked out, but Cloud's going to abandon the king already, even after a very close one.
It goes for the Raven. And I don't despise the pick. I think, losing with king on your preferred stage, might hurt the mental a bit too much. You're going to abandon the character. I think he just really wasn't doing a lot with the character more than anything. But Raven, I think an advantage she has in this matchup is having I-14 while standing punish. Means if she gets the down back 3, can always launch it. Compared to some characters that sometimes can launch it because of range. So I think that's one thing to keep in mind. But I think even when he was blocking her down back 3s, he wasn't launching them. So let's see.
Wow. Back Campo through the DF1. Misjudged on the carry, but no big deal.
I see Eddie and Jay. Nice while sending one to chase down, but another drop combo from Cloud. And punishment not the best right now, but gets saved. Oh no.
He was down there.
That was very unnecessary. Oh. I think my shoulder should have hit. Because the original the ratio shoulder still has the hitbox of the old shoulder, so maybe they should have hit. I don't know. The game doesn't lie. Side step 4.
Yeah, the game doesn't lie. Alright, Eddie cruising him on his Half-Life lead.
Eddie should wall buttons right now. Punish, tries to hop kick, doesn't get it. Nice block though. Down back 3 gets away, but not for too long as Eddie moves one round away from taking his first game and completing our 2-0 series of the first round.
Yeah, he's just got an avalanche of momentum right now. He's doing whatever he feels. What a hop kick.
He should go forward as well. Down forward 1, shoulder. Down forward 1 again.
Oh, that's bad, Kobe. That's bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I wanted to believe it wasn't. But I think forward 2-1. I think that's such an underused thing. Move is forward 2-1 because it's so easy to counter confirm, especially with back to the wall. You get a full wall splat. I think it's very underused by Eddie. Well, he remembered it's still there. Takes the first game to go. Maybe the Raven switch wasn't the best idea, but in a first or two, you have to make these kind of quick judgment calls. It didn't work out for Cloud. Then another day it might have.
Yeah, Eddie just playing so fast, contesting everything, making big reads. Like he was down there for like 2 full seconds on the sweep at the end of round 1. He just played extremely confident, kind of overwhelmed Cloud with the pace, with the demands to play clean. Just not quite keeping up. So, yep, all 2-0s like you said, and we can take one more look at the bracket, see how that just played out the first round through.
Yeah, so we actually have a result already from the lower side as well. You see Blackheart defeated Endymion 2-0, so no more Isaac Frias for the day, unfortunately. And you see Cloud T7 will be taking on Zeon. That could be an all-king face-off there, King versus the Armor King. Then on the upper side, we have Kaizoku Lar versus DVP. I've seen this particular matchup, or just DVP versus any German. I've seen that happen too many times. It's like if there are 2 Germans in the bracket and one of them is DVP, they are fated to play in the bracket, and we're going to see that right there. First time we have K-Top versus Eddie, which will be a first time of me seeing those 2 players go out, and I think that could be rough for K-Top, especially if Eddie sticks with that thing.
Yes, Greece v UK. So we will be jumping up to the Germany v Germany matchup first. So I think we don't really see secondaries from these guys. This is the one, like that last match, who knows what characters were showing up, but this should be pretty stable. Lars v Bob.
It's going to be Lars versus Bob. It's going to go down to the... This is the script of Kaizoku Lars versus DP. It's going to be Lars versus Bob. It's going to go down to the wire, and somehow Kaizoku Lars is going to get robbed. That is the script. This is how it should always... Script. That's how it should always go between these 2. I think Kaizoku Lars, the way he's playing today, he's looking very good. I like the way he's playing today. He's looking very loose. He's looking, very free. His whiff punishment, something is always pretty good about him, is looking extra special today. I'm excited to see how he takes it. Kaizoku just came back from Brussels as well, like myself. Didn't have the showing he wanted in the tournament. You know, I think those are, and I think that's not the time you really want to play someone like Kaizoku Lars, because when they have like a bad showing in one tournament, they are eager to prove themselves again in the next one they're in, and this is the next one. So DVP is definitely in for a strong game right there. I think they're going to be harder for them this first. I think both these two, this is the way brackets go. The more you play, the harder the game is. This might be both of their hardest game in the tournament, regardless of who they play moving forward. You know, because you have the familiarity between the two, and just I think the character match as well is very. This is Tekken 6 at its finest.
True. T6 debuts. Yeah, it's interesting. Like you mentioned that, you know, Kaizoku just having like a strong attitude, like good mental fortitude, like taking a loss at Brussels, not playing that well, but he's the type of guy that just like ups the intensity, ups the willpower, wants to do even better. You know, some guys, they just get really down in the dumps, like, you know, it wasn't a good tournament, but I think he's definitely got a great attitude to just bounce back very quickly.
On the other side, you have that DBT. Now, someone I've genuinely not seen play in quite a while. I haven't been traveling as much, not been competing as much, so maybe there's some kind of rust. And again, we're seeing that down 4-3 into
yeah,
down
I like
4-2
that.
setup.
I like that. I think I got hit by that one. At least once by now.
It's gonna happen again.
Stay down low.
Okay,
Fight off this wall. He's doing a pretty good job so far.
oh, you can just run out. I'm looking for some kind of counter hit there. Not the best punish on the Bob. That's the punish he should have done.
That's what he's like reminding himself.
I know I should have done this one.
Okay. Mid? Low. Okay, nice. Getting warmed up in this matchup.
Back for counter hit, very nice. Forward 4-4-3, big risk from Kaizoku.
Definitely opening him up.
DP wanted the back row catch there, but Kaizoku Lars was a bit wise to it. Nice on the ground, follow up low.
Cruising real fast right now. Kaizoku's been opening him up with the lows, tagging the counter hits that he needs. Looking for it again.
Down by 4. Nice punishment while sending one. Down like 3. He's going back and forth right now.
Trying to figure out how to get started here.
Who's going to win the first major interaction? No duck. He's even throwing out the up for 1+2 for a lot today.
He's fishing for a lot of counter hits, not really finding anything. And his pokes aren't working either. Okay, here's his chance.
That's a nice break on the throw. Had to break that throw.
Crucial escape.
Big
oh my god!
What a punish from DDD!
That's gonna be dead. Nice try.
Wow. That was an amazing whiff punish there from DDD.
Such a quick adaptation. Like DBP noticed that his crouch dash ones weren't getting through. Kaizoku was throwing that out. He just baited the down back 4 the second time. Crazy whip.
Okay, but Kaizoku not letting that round get to him at all. Comes out, guns blazing.
Jeez.
In the front of and oh, what a
delayed hop. What is this combo?
He just sat there waiting for it. It isn't going to be dead, but it's going to be one more read for Kaizoku. Jumps over, but it's not going to be enough.
Okay, wait, it's not over. If anyone can do it, it's Bob. Oh my god. He swung for the fences. A little too crazy right there.
I like it though. What's the crazy thing as well is Kaizoku actually didn't duck there. So had he been in range, that unblockable would hit. That unblockable is a high.
It would have done a lot of damage too in rage mode.
In rage, and then the follow up there, because that leaves you in a weird Oki situation. I think if that had it, the comeback was definitely on. But DBP, I like the fact that like even though he had a huge life deficit, was not out of it. Knew he could still come back. Did not put his head down. So I think this one is going to be an all-out brawl between these two. But Kaizoku Lars is looking like he is poised to take this tournament. I think the way he is playing today has been amazing. So let's see if he keeps it up.
Yeah, both very confident right there. Like you mentioned, DBP, he still had that presence, that fire, even when he was down like 85%. And that's like the intensity you want to show your opponent. Like, let them know, even when they're up a ton on life, like they can't relax. But yeah, Kaizoku, I loved the game plan. He was very resistant to all of DBP's counter hits. DBP was struggling to find big damage. And Kaizoku brought a little bit more of the craziness with the lows than we'd usually expect from him. So he shook up the pace of that first game. Really good stuff. Going up 1-0.
Yeah, as we get into the next, I think that was good. Another thing that's good as well, because the first game was Devil's Pit. One thing I like about this stage is you get a taste of the Infinite and a taste of the Walls. And one about Kaizoku, he looked comfortable on both. He was winning on both, you know.
Right.
I think in we saw struggles from DVP on both sides, so I think that's going to be that should be a good positive momentum for Kaizoku last move forward for the rest of this day. You know, it doesn't matter the stage, he should be able to take this. But DVP, we've seen him down, we've seen his back against the wall before, and we've seen him under pressure. Sometimes pressure can create a diamond. That's what the DVP stands for. Diamond VP.
Diamond VP.
Yeah.
Huge damage potential on this stage right here.
He tried the DVP CD3 into the power crush, but Kaizoku Lars, I think, was aware of it.
Actually got shut down.
Jump on him. He needs to get up. DVP in the corner now. One more hit.
Kaizoku going nuts right now, and I love that he did the down 2 into the mid. Last game he did down 2 into the low, keeping it fresh.
Never seen him look this dominant before. Back for the count hit. What timing?
Yeah, that move has been money for him. DVP still just can't find any counter hits.
He tried it again. Down for 3, down for 3. It's not working against Kaizoku today.
It's just not happening.
Wow. Kaizoku throws it out, but the wall is right there. Actually saves DVP. He has a lifeline. How is he going to use it?
Kaizoku ducks for the low. Good stuff.
2 into the down forward 1. The dash into the down forward 1. That was good. Kaizoku Lars used the mental frames of the wild thing too. That the second hit there, knew he wouldn't press a button, and then the down forward 1. Kaizoku Lars playing out of his mind right now. But DVP, it's not over till it's over.
Finally got something. Got a crouch dash 1 to connect.
Oh,
getting off the wall.
Never got nothing for it. Unfortunate. Down for 3-2. I said 1+2. One more hit does it. The down back forward. DVP's not done yet.
We got 2 more rounds just to stay alive. No walls broken yet. Going after the ankles.
Punish there. Do not let it slip now.
Another
You've been
one.
playing so well, son.
Another one. He was doing such a good job not getting hit by those, but now they're starting to connect.
CD3-4 there. This is looking very good for DVP. This mix-up is going to be very important. Kaizoku Lars, is he going to spend his rage? Nice power crush down 2. Whoa!
Little antsy. He's looking for a desperate low. DVP coming back into this in a hurry. Kaizoku squaring up the wall. He could get huge damage if he could just break one of those.
Minus 10, but I think he just didn't think he had the range to punish it. Again, same thing there. The arc lost. Back to the wall. New tactics.
Whoa, no way! Tried to hold forward. Salvage that combo. DVP on his last breath. That's it.
Down, back 4 into the wild side 2. Kaizoku Lars takes it 2-0 over DVP, and that comes as a bit of a shock to me. You know, not the win so much, but just the fashion of the win. Kaizoku Lars looked in control for most of that. Yes, towards the end, it looked like he was slipping just a little bit. DVP was getting back into it, but by the end of it, Kaizoku Lars firmly in control. I think I'm trying to think of the PG word here. The confidence to go for the key charge into the key charge attack there. It's not even on a block, but you can block that. Back to the wall there. I think he just knew exactly. He just was in DP's head fully. Great showing to Kaizoku Lars, moves into winners final to play against the winner of Eddie and Kato.
Yeah, he just developed his mix-up game so well. He matched DBP's confidence. DBP coming in with the hell sweeps. Kaizoku is like, I got the big lows as well. I'm going to place him at all the right times. It was just such a war, that match right there. But like you said, going off script a little bit, Kaizoku dominating. Another 2-0, nothing but 2-0s still.
Yeah.
And we got another match on winner semis to take a look at.
It's going to be Eddie versus K-Top. Now, the other one was a familiar matchup. You know, Kaizoku Lars, DVP. Someone I play against you guys all the time. I see them play all the time. I see them play against each other all the time. Very familiar of those players. The players are familiar with each other. This next one, K-Top versus Eddie, might be the first time I've ever seen these two play. I've seen a lot of K-Top recently. He's been doing very well in these tournaments. He's placed in invitationals, competes in the road to Evos. These tournaments, like, see him all the time. Love to see him. This is where he pretty much made a name for himself, and then we saw him traveling after these tournaments. And then Eddie, season 1 to 3 was just an online demon. At one point, probably the best online player in the entirety of Europe, especially during 2020, where everything was only online. Eddie was just doing an absolute madness. So definitely someone that you are familiar with European Tekken if you're playing. But retired, took a break, did something, just disappeared for the scene over like the past year or so, and would appear infrequently. We might see him in ranked here or there, might enter a tournament here or there under a weird name. But now here he is again under the name Eddie, going up against K-Top in a match of players I've never seen before. I've never seen these two play before. I'm expecting the Feng versus the Zafina.
Yeah.
And if so, I think that I think the for me, Zafina is a character I've struggled against because of the character matchup. And I think a character that does very well against this character is Feng. I think Feng does a great job of shutting down Zafina. I think back 1 is annoying. Back 4 shuts down a lot of the stances. Can really attack her from range. And be interesting to see how Kato is able to play around that. He does have other characters. He does have characters in the back burner that could be something he decides to go for. But if not, it's going to be the Feng versus Zafina. And it could be a bit of a mission for Kato.
Yeah, I think Eddie's definitely going to submit the Fang at first. Just like you mentioned, it's not like an amazing matchup for Fang, but he fights her better than so many other characters do. Yeah, so locking it in, Fang versus Zafina. Like you said, just a lot of good options, stuff to hit her stances. QCF1 is actually pretty dangerous here. She can't do too much about it. Minus 14 low.
Can't low parry it.
Fang's got some good stuff here, so let's see how K-Top deals with it.
In every low except down back 3, Zafina can't go on size F4 and the stagger lows. Zafina can't really do much about. Besides a little measly while standing forward. So let's see. There you
go, dude. He's trying to take advantage in a hurry.
He's doing a lot. It's just all lows right now for Eddie. Down 4, down back 3.
All the lows, unload.
He tries to do the special get up there. Only Feng has. Nice punishment up for 2 buttons. Back straight away. I think that's something you have to do in this matchup. You cannot let Zafina establish Scarecrow 1+2 pressure. You have to parry it, power crush, do whatever you can to make her second guess it.
Make him rethink their whole offensive flow if you pull that off. Good opening from Eddie, showing off why this matchup is pretty good for Fang.
No punishment up for 2 that time. Marking 1-2, sidestep 4. Eddie all aggression right now. The neutral hop kick, but can't get a combo.
Eddie is going nuts. You can see K-Top trying to change up the timing on the 1+2 and threw him off already.
Good generic down 4 to be the Scarecrow stance as well. Eddie knows what he's doing in his matchup, and the hop kick. I think that was a reaction.
Crazy. I mean, he's at negative 19 after that rage drive.
Yeah.
He's still prepared to mash out of the pressure.
Get up 3. It should go to the wall as well. Oh, the shoulder.
Bad angle.
Down back 3, running 3+ frames. Down back 2, tantrum. Ooh. Oh.
Another one. Adjustment. Combo.
It hits that time as well. Down back 3. I mean, this is looking all Eddie right now. Who ends around with 4-4-3 like that? I don't know what to say. Eddie's just... He's there right now.
Yo, the tremor stomp, the earthquake, that's like a 30-something frame stomp. Just throw it out, no fear. He is extremely confident to be throwing something like that out for the win.
I mean, we mentioned a few things that make this matchup a bit of a struggle for Zafina. And Eddie did all of it. Every last bit of it, the QCF1, all the lows. He just did every single... The only thing he didn't do probably was just a bit extra back 4s and back 1s. But he never got the chance to because everything else was working.
Didn't need to. He brought the punch parry into the equation, shut down Scarecrow. And I just love the way, Eddie is just doing whatever he wants. And it's sort of like, I'll stop when you make me stop. Literally. I'm not going to overthink any interaction. I'm just going to go. And that confidence is going a long way.
Playing the game at full speed. And K-Top is literally a step behind right now. So I think... he might be thinking of a character switch right now. I think when you lose that bad, that's the first thing that goes into a lot of people's head is, do I need to switch character? And while it might not be a bad decision, I think there's just certain things he could just do. I think a bit more patience. I think he needs to try and get in Eddie's face a bit more. Although it is rough with a character like Feng, because when you're in his face, that back one, that back four, there's a lot of things to stop you from playing your game. So there's the switch. Goes to the Julia. I do not disagree with the decision at all, because even the matchup isn't terrible, it is a bit of an uphill battle for Zafina. And so he picks a better character in Julia.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what character you pick, you got to deal with Eddie's offense. Yep. But at least right now, he gets access. Well, you can see a Magic 4, but he'll have access to a better hop kick, which could be helpful in the long run. We'll see.
And better punishment, a lot of things as well. So
very true. Oh my god. But stuff like that, you know, whatever character you play, you gotta be patient.
You have to deal with it. You have to deal with this regardless of who you play. Nice hop kick there. Gonna be a flip combo, so not too much damage. But Kato takes advantage.
Walk on ducking.
Wow, nice. Very nice. Gets the first round.
Good job cashing out on the damage there instead of the flip over. He knew it would be just enough to kill. Magic 4.
Another Magic 4 for Kato, yeah. It's a clean wall. I don't think he expected that.
He's mixing Eddie up hard at the wall. Eddie's stubborn with the ducks.
I think that was a QCF 1+2 as selected and not what he wanted. K-Top taking full advantage, running through, face down the back swing blow. Nice punish on the special get up, K-Top.
This is really good because now Eddie's starting to pay a price for his craziness and how Lucy's playing. So might have to adjust here.
Every Magic 4 is landed. Eddie in trouble, bow and arrow. Punish, very nice. And where did that wall come from?
Good patience. Huge conversion. Look at that damage. All off a 13 framer.
Down for one, catches the whole thing.
Excellent combo.
23 plus frames. Case up in the corner, but one touch and he can win this. Nice break on the Mad Axes. Down back 3, shoulder spent, plus frames, down forward 4.
Trapping in the mid. Eddie's still in the second game. Oh, okay, knockdown, lost ending 4. He wasn't sure about the lost ending 1.
Flashing arrow there, 1-3, 1-3. 1-1, nice, punishes it, but
just rips the whole thing.
Mad Axe is broken again.
Good breaks from Eddie. Those have been well placed Mad Axes, but he's been sharp.
Speaking of well placed, another counter for K-Top. Too much wall carry though. Bow and arrow, one more mix up could be it. 1-1 punish that. K-Top turns it around.
Eddie kind of throwing it away with the 1-1 right there. I don't know. He was just hoping that K-Top will get frantic and swing into the second hit. But the first jab connected, and it was just that round down the drain. Huge swing from that Julia pick.
You know what this means, Joey? It's our first game of the day that is not a 2-0.
Oh, all right. Big milestone of the day.
Our first one. Can we get a round of applause in chat for that one? That was our first game of the day that is not going to be a 2-0 between the players. And I think it had to be these two players, right? The way they played in their first game, a bit shaky, but still took it in the end 2-0. I think it's kind of culminated here in this game. We're going to a final game between these two. Anything now? Does Eddie think about a character switch? I'm not too sure. You know, he plays every character in the game to a decent level. Not something a lot of people can say. I don't think there's truly like a Julia counter pick you can go to. But you know, I think he just if I had to give him advice, just the way he was playing things, just be a bit different, way more patient.
Yeah.
He got counted so many times. Like, I think every Magic 4 was a counter. So I think just a bit more patient or just more high crush, you know, down back 3, down 2. Feng has the options to deal with this. I just think he just wasn't playing the best in that game. So let's see how he adapts. Is it a character switch? Is it a playstyle switch? There's so many questions. He's going to opt for the latter. Go for the playstyle switch.
Really, that was the first game where somebody really just contested, like, the fact that Eddie's been playing so unsafe and crazy. Yes. So if he just slows it down and focuses on his punishment, he can definitely turn things around. He did eat a lot of counter hits. Let's float from K-Top. Big wall carry. Keeps it simple.
I don't even. Oh, that could have been more.
Yeah, he could have launched that get-up kick for sure. Eddie at a deficit. Good punish.
Okay, but kick, nice for the 1-1 again. Eddie really throwing this out. Nice back one, the big stop sign. I mean,
he can steal it.
4-1.
Bold party crasher. He could have ran into a rage drive, but he placed it just right. Eddie trying to punish the magic for it.
He tried to do the punches back there as well, but the missed times there from Eddie. Huge damage right now. I don't even, I'm not going to call it yet, but I'm just saying K-Top firmly in the driver's seat. One more round to put Eddie down to lower bracket. A perfect as well.
Eddie's momentum has just come crashing down. Just this bold play style.
He tried to raw shoulder as well.
It's really come back to bite him.
Oh, this is trouble. Nice jump over. Oh, big
Whoa.
stop. I mean, that's punishable.
What is that on block?
Never seen it blocked before. I can't tell you. Down 4 messes up the crowd cancel down 4. Mad Axe is not broken this time. Eddie's in serious trouble, but the hop kick should bail him out. It's not going to be dead, but it's going to be enough to give him some breathing room. Like one little punish there. Back 3. Miss input from Eddie.
Oh my god.
K-Top takes it over Eddie 2-1.
Wow. It turned around so fast. That Julia pick.
That was an insanely fast turnaround there, I have to say. 2-1 to K-Top over Eddie. I don't even know if you can call that an upset because Eddie's been away for so long. We don't know the level he's at, but K-Top definitely should be happy with himself with that kind of performance, because even though, you know, like I said, Eddie might be away, etc., don't know how much he's playing, that was still a very good performance, because that first game did not look good at all. The Zafina got shut down. He was struggling, getting counter hit, the QCF1s, everything here. Second game, switched characters. Julia really showed that he came to play with that character. No, it's just not the Zafina, he's got the Julia's one in the back pocket. And let's see how that has affected our bracket moving into the final few games we're going to have for this tournament. See there, looking at the lower brackets, we'll see Cloud7 beat Xeon, then DVP beat Cloud T7, and Eddie will go on to play Blackheart 59. But look at that there, the winner's final. I mean, I'd say if you looked at one side of the bracket, the favorites were DVP, and the other side, the favorite was Eddie. They're both in the lower bracket, and they're both poised to play each other in the losers semi-final, perhaps. So we should see how that lower bracket progresses. But Kaizoku and K-Top both sitting pretty in our winners final, both guaranteed a first place there. Joey.
Yeah, it's been a blazing fast day. We only had one match that was a 2-1. Ended up going to game 3. Lots of 2-0s. These guys have been putting on a great show. So speaking of which, if you'd like to show what you've got, maybe put on a show someday as well, you can head on over to compete.playstation.com. Take a look at all the different tournaments they got going on and all the different games. Sign up and get involved.
Yeah, I mean, with that kind of action, I wonder if you guys sitting at home think you can pull something off like that, because that was really an amazing turnaround there from K-Top, I have to say. And I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out. We're going to take a short little break, and when we get back, we're going to see how this tournament progresses. We'll catch you guys in a bit.
See you soon.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the NCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! Did he get? No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Back, let's go.
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio!
let's create moments from the games you love.
Come Tekken!
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
Welcome back, guys. Here we're at the PlayStation Fight Night Invitational here for Europe. We are winding down. We're getting to our final few games here. I'm K-Wiss and I'm joined by Joey Fury. How are you feeling about all the tech we've had today, Joey?
It's been, like I was saying earlier, blazing fast. These guys are just playing, just killing each other super fast. Only one match that went to the game 3. So I've been enjoying just the lightning pace of everything. But just want to remind you guys once more, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, PlayStation does have an official esports channel over at YouTube. You guys can head on over youtube.com/@PlayStation Esports. A lot of cool stuff over there. They're, I'm sure, going to have videos about the Road to Evo champions and their trip to Evo, which is coming up in a few weeks. So definitely subscribe, check it out. And with that, Kobe, let's take a look at this bracket once more, get squared up at what we got coming up.
Yeah, so let's take a final look at how things are going to play out before, you know, this is where things get really interesting. We have the top 3, top 4 action right now, waiting for Eddie versus Blackheart. See how that one plays out to cement our final players in top 4. I think probably our biggest, I'd say our winners finals will be an upset. Like I said, we might have been expecting DDP versus Eddie, but K-Top was an amazing performance, you know, over Eddie, especially putting out the Julia there. So it'll be interesting to see how Kaizuku Lars plays against that. And again, Kaizuku Lars kind of dismantled DVP, you know, to get into the winners final himself. So really going to be interesting to see how the rest of this develops. I believe we'll be starting with our upper bracket final. That's going to be Kaizuku Lars versus DVP. That we had that already. Kaizuku Lars versus K-Top. Actually there. And yeah, again, this is another first time for me. I don't think I've ever seen these two play. It's going to be Germany versus Greece. Both pretty young players as well. So interesting how this one plays out. Expecting Lars versus Zafina, but he could stick with the Julia. I think, and the Julia has momentum. I think it's really good to ride, you know, that momentum and see how it plays out. So, you know, what are you expecting here, Joey?
I really liked watching the Julia just now. I mean, my own bias, I kind of find the character more exciting and interesting than Zafina. I just like the fast pace, the wall pressure, everything that he was bringing to the table there. The high damage was really cool. So I would like to see him keep rocking the Julia. I don't know what his personal preference would be fighting against Lars. I feel like either character, Zafina or Julia, can probably do fine right there, but it's a matter of what he's feeling. Like, Julia looked like it caught fire, so maybe he'll ride the momentum. Kaizoku, we know he's going to be going tried and true, sticking with the Lars.
In his name, after all.
Yes.
Kaizuku Lars. That's one thing I don't like name mix-ups when you enter a tournament. You know, you see someone named like Jin Main 52 and then they're playing like Lucky Chloe or something.
Mishima Master.
Yeah.
Plays Zafina.
There's a player in Jordan, Mohammed Mishima, who actually played Ling for a long time, which that was one that caught me off guard the most. Yeah, Mohammed Mishima playing Ling and was actually at Gamers Day early this month actually. Actually rocked the Feng there as well, and as we mentioned, is going to stick with the momentum of the Julia. I do like this decision. Again, this is winners finals. This is first of 3. This is the longest set. There's time to play with, and I agree with the Julia, Joey.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. I was gonna say, not many people notice it, but I'm actually one of the name mix-up.
No, yeah,
people.
you're
I'm one of those.
Yeah, you're one of them as well. I didn't want to put you on blast there, but like you're another.
Yeah, I'll do it myself. Okay, here we go. Winners finals. It's gonna be first to 3.
Mad actually. Julia's Magic 4 actually is punished, but there are follow-ups to deter you from. Follow up there, nice. Still punished as a clause.
Okay, the wind rolls. Square up this wall. There you go.
One of locking it for great tracking there. Face up in the position first game, and that while standing 2-1 has been doing so much work. You know, saw great against Eddie earlier and still looking as good as ever. Full crouch mix.
Yeah, people are really respecting K-Top's bow and arrow mix up. They're just getting down there. Let's counter hit. Kazoku. Forward to locals too.
Oh no, guess the wall bounce. Okay, looking good.
Bounce.
Might
Weird
be an
angle though.
Yeah, awkward combo, but Kazoku still has a life and down back for a count here again. Everything works. This should go to the wall. This should be the...
Oh no! Okay, no big deal, no big deal.
Had to hold my breath there for a second. Sorry, Kazoku.
One on rounds back and forth. Big whip, little tap.
A lot of magic force from Kate. I mean, that was his route to victory against Eddie, so... If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Nice breaking the mad axes. Counter for nice block and punish.
Scouted that perfectly after the throw break. He just read the range.
Nice sheath there.
K-Top still in great position. Ooh, the bold low for the win. I like it.
I like the timing as well. Waited for quite a bit, because I think you saw Kazoku did duck for a second. Didn't commit to it as Kate starts off the round. A lot of boldness going on, Joe.
That's how you know Julia player's feeling himself to get the sidestep 3+4 in there. He's running with this momentum. Another while standing mix.
While standing 2 is really paying dividends for Kato as he takes the first game in the Julia. I mean, if we're counting the last game, that's 3 games straight with a Julia right now for Kato. I mean, well, you have to think, why not play this character a little bit sooner?
Yeah, I mean, that was a steamroll. Kaizoku consistently guessing wrong on all of the full crouch mixes by the wall. Just running into some major launchers. K-Top got the sidestep 3+4 going. You don't really even see that one very much. And wasn't really effectively able to deal with Magic 4. Even when they weren't hitting, K-Top's not really paying a price, just throwing it out whenever he wants. So a lot to consider there. Kaizoku's got to make some big adjustments.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the first time we've really seen Kaizoku on the back foot today, but, you know, for K-Top, this is business as usual right now. You know, playing so well, you know, poised and ready to take this. But this is the longest set. This is the first 3. Kaizoku last knows this has been his position before. You know, definitely has time to play with. So, so for some people, they take that first game and just information. That's the information game. Let's see what I can learn, see what we get from this. And, you know, I think there's a lot you could learn from that. I think the full crouch mix for K-Top has just been hellish for people to deal with. That while setting 2, I think has a very good hit rate today against Eddie, against Kaizoku last here as well. So, you know, let's see how Kaizoku deals with it now.
He drew a very small stage, unfortunately. I don't know if that is good for him. He might be dealing with the wall mix more than he would like.
They both have very good wall carry, but I do believe Julie is the scarier one when you do get to the wall. So.
It's just the way she can maintain the wall pressure with the wind roll, just keep you stuck against the wall. Okay, nice dock on the Magic 4.
Good trade. We'll work on anyone's hit it down for 2-1. Very nice. Should go to the wall. I'm gonna stop saying this should go to the wall.
Nice block. This could be the start of something for K-Top.
Oh, Kaizoku, do not regret that. Okay, the down for 1 keeps it safe.
Bam it out, DF1 all day. Little tap. Good punish.
Back to really looking for a counter here right now. Nice side step again. Kaizoku loves making things with these, not really acting out on his punishes. So we're gonna need to see that pretty soon. You can't let K-Top get away with too much. And just like that, Kaizoku gets his wall splat. K-Top in the corner. Nice block. Excellent punish.
I like
Kaizoku.
that. Very well done. I can see Kaizoku starting to deal with the Magic 4s and the jab pressure. Whoa.
Wow.
He's getting his high crushes out there, but not a good start of this round. He's still in a good spot to close out, though.
In the corner there. And nice. The lightning through Kaizoku loves. Is he going to break the balcony? Yes, he is. Can he take to the next door? Probably can.
Of course he can. He's large. Huge damage.
He's looking very good for Kaizoku. No duck for K-Top. Big sweeps on both sides. The K-Top is one that lands nice Magic 4, and this should be the round for K-Top. He's not done yet.
Classic trap for the Magic 4 right there. Kaizoku's got to stay stubborn, keep bringing the high crushes, try not to swing into these Magic 4s.
Finishes Zika fully, but not late on the punish. -4. Ooh, with a hop kick.
He'll go through. Not quite.
Okay, face up with a lively lashing arrow. One nice duck and punish from Kaizoku. Is he gonna break this? Ooh, tried to, didn't work out.
Didn't get the right angle. Oh my god, another hop kick.
And I know these
shutting it down.
These are definitely frustrating Kaizoku laws. I know that for a fact. Rage available now. Doesn't break the mad axes. And we'll go into a final round second game.
It's bad. Don't want to go down 2-0.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to come back from that, especially when you get reverse hooks as well. Like that does a big hit to your mental. It's not looking good for Kaizoku at all. Goes mid, no punish. Nice block, but no punish.
He's looking a little lost. Can't find his footing. Gets drilled. Okay, here's his chance.
This has to be something big. That side will need to stay away, but it just doesn't. Kaizoku goes low. The walking for the challenge in the forward one. K-Top goes up 2 games to start this first of 3 off. Kaizoku lost is in big trouble.
Yo, the momentum from K-Top was crazy, especially in that last round. You can just see like Kaizoku almost just floundering, trying to find an answer. He's just throwing out down back 4, hoping that he'll catch, K-Top swinging with the magic 4. K-Top really just overwhelmed him with his offense right there. This Julia is a problem right now.
Yeah, and it's like he's just continuing the momentum from the game against Eddie, keeping it going. Like Kaizoku lost as well. Like I think a reverse sweep is one of the worst things that can happen to someone in a set, because that really hurts your mental. Because you start questioning yourself. You're like, I was winning. What happened? What did they do? What can I? You start asking questions, maybe too many questions. You start overthinking things. You start overcooking things. And Kaizoku Lars is now in trouble. He's down 2 games, and K-Top just needs to win 1 more game before Kaizoku Lars wins 3. It's easier said than done, but there's definitely something Kaizoku Lars has to do here, because he started off that game so well.
Yeah.
2 rounds pretty fast, consistently. You can argue he should have another round, but one thing K-Top is doing, I think, as well, because he knew he was 1 game up. I didn't want to say it, but the Kaizoku Claudio has come out. I didn't want to say it, but there is. I don't think the character was a problem. I think it was just more he wasn't really playing frame tight, because K-Top was challenging a lot.
A lot of hop kicks, a lot of magic 4s.
Exactly. He wasn't really just taking his frames and playing. You have to play. I think against someone like K-Top, you play a bit more by the book. Play the frames, play your advantage, take your plus frames, go from there. Don't try and overextend a bit too much. That's what's happening. That's what he's getting punished for, especially when he was 2 rounds up. So the Claudio is Kaizoku's. He's stuck with his character now for the rest of the set to see how it plays out. Definitely a better character in my opinion. That hop kick.
Top kick right out the gate. You see K-Top playing really aggressive. Went for the big low out the gate. Oh no. Gotta stay solid. This guy's playing crazy on you. Oh no.
How did that what is going? That should have just broken the balcony, no?
He got that unscaled last hit. It's so much.
Kaizoku Claudio is in huge trouble right now. Act 3, nice. This is the kind of stuff K-Top. He does like to push the buttons. Side step back 1, very nice. This is gonna be
no,
he didn't get the scaling.
Back 3.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. That's the way to close. Yeah, maybe that's all Kaizoku really wanted, was like a nice string, like back 3-3 to really punish K-Top for being too aggressive. See him getting good mileage out of it still. Taunting for a magic 4.
Come back 4-3, the back 1, and now it just K-Top's back to the wall, but no, the bow and arrow gets right out of there.
Punish.
Huge
Small
hit.
punish.
Yeah, could have had more. It's okay. Kaizoku Lars running 2 plus frames. Running 2.
I don't think he pressed.
Please.
Oh, he did, but it doesn't matter. Scary. Kaizoku, another chance to get on the board. Huge hop kick around start.
As the Starburst now, big roll. Nice combo from Kaizoku. Side step 4. Again, the challenge with the wild setting for Kaizoku. He's still not caught onto it yet. Oh my goodness, that could have been a break.
Oh, there's a break. Even better.
Yeah, this is even better, especially if he has a clean wall slap. Yes, he does.
Oh my god.
Kaizoku's in serious trouble as K-Top moves on to set point.
3-0.
Oh,
Counter hit out of the
man.
command grab. Super unfortunate. He's going to the wall.
Is he going to
Breaks
break the
it.
floor? Yes, he is, but the wall isn't right there. That's the weird thing about this stage.
Super weird, yeah. Very far away.
This is trouble. Kaizoku Claudio, what can you do now? Wild thing 2, no duck in the second, but the hop kick. This is a lifeline, but the wall is there again. No
It
duck!
just swung into it, and the pace was just too overwhelming.
You know,
K-Top just took him off his game.
Well, I like that you say that there, Jerry. The pace was too overwhelming. That was the number one thing I think that got Kaizoku Claudio down. I mean, I think I think a lot. You know, the forward 1-4, like Kaizoku was pushing buttons and mashing. Normally in the situation, you don't really see him do that. He's a lot more composed than that. But I think when you're down 2 games, you're not playing your main character. You know, you're getting everything you're doing is being challenged. Doesn't matter how plus you're being challenged. I think it just got in his head. And I think he, after that 4th one, he's like, I want to challenge back. Didn't work out. Got count hit and lost the game. That's 3-0 for K-Top. And let's see how that one has affected the bracket. I mean, Kaizoku Class is not done yet. We'll go down into the lower bracket. Down into the lower bracket finals. And Blackheart actually took it 2-1 over Eddie. So that is probably another upset to say for Eddie.
Yep.
You know, Blackheart taking that. And that route, I mean, we had 2 chances for an Eddie versus DBP match. Potentially a Bob Mirror. We had 2 chances for that. And they were both robbed from us by K-Top and Blackheart. But I think Blackheart versus DBP is also an interesting game to get there. The winner playing Kaizoku Lars and the winner of that going to the grand final to play against K-Top.
Yeah, so like you're saying, I mean, Eddie's been out of the scene a little bit, kind of coming back. I don't know if he's played in a few other online events before this, but it's sort of like a debut to us. Haven't seen him in a while. But he had such a strong reign in that like kind of online era of Tekken 7. So maybe he's just shaking some rust off. Yeah, the dark days. But still not a bad performance at all. You know, comes away in 5th place. But Blackheart, interesting. This is a player that I haven't seen too much in the fight nights, so gonna get him back on stream here for the loser semi match.
Yeah, so Blackheart versus DBP. And now this is someone who I think he might be wanting his revenge. And I think the loss to Kaizoku, he definitely didn't want to lose the way that he did. You know, not want to lose, but the way he did, I think, was a bit of a statement there by Kaizoku. I think he's probably want to get back there, get that revenge, and then maybe take the whole thing. That's the DBP motive. You know, how he normally likes to do things. But I think Blackheart's going to be a bit of an issue for him. You know, it'll be interesting to see how he plays against the Noctis. They do have, mentioned before, they do have a very strong Noctis in Germany, in Momo Dog. So definitely a character they should have the experience against. But again, different type of Noctis, different kind of decisions being made. Interesting to see how that will affect this game between these two. Again, probably my first time ever seeing these two play, Blackheart and DBP. I know they both do frequent ICFCs as well. But there it is. So you see the characters that we're expecting the Noctis versus the Bob and DBP. Let's see if we can get back, you know, to that losers final, lower bracket final against Kaizoku Lars. Someone who's played quite a few times. Or Blackheart.
Here we go.
Put another notch in the cap there after taking out Eddie. Let's see what he does here.
See, fighting for a spot in that lower bracket final. K-Top sitting pretty in grands, but was a lot of final round situations for Kaizoku, so there's a possibility for someone to adjust and kind of figure out what K-Top's doing with that very fast-paced play. Let's see who's going to get there. Blackheart versus DBP on Sook.
And it's funny because this is actually Rukang's favorite stage to pick as another Bob player. So let's see how DBP makes use of the stage.
Small stage, easy to get wall pressure.
He always picks strange outfits.
You don't see this Bob outfit very much. Blackheart swinging for the counter hits, gets clipped by the Crush S1. Nice wall carry, sidewall.
Yep. Yeah, nice.
Beautiful. Super optimized.
Up one counter hit. This one should go to the wall as well. So, oh no, it's another side. CD3. There's the DBP.
That's not dead, is it?
The dead. Nice. Blocks the entire Bob round under there.
Oh, punch the jab. No splat. Almost out of range.
I saw a universal forward to hit. I saw it.
That was like an inch away from the ball roll with him. Blackheart's got to deal with that in a hurry. Can't be getting flipped by those stray CD1s. Otherwise, you're just going to lose really fast.
Okay, looking for a punch selector there. Does not work out. Blackheart do nice stuff there from DVP. This should be the round.
Ooh, cool combo.
DVP combos, man.
Never seen that in my life.
We're never going to see it again.
The L2. Sneaking in the hell sweep now.
Forward, two. Very good hell sweep again. Blackheart in the blender. Just mixing him up.
He's established that Blackheart needs to kind of keep still because the crouch S1s have been hitting. And now he's taking advantage with his crouch dash making. Still a close round here though.
One extra two there. Too many. That's a 1+2. Rage available for both. CD3, 2. No duck in the high. Rage drive split. What's the option?
Solid. That's wow. It's floated.
Yeah, so now the up forward 1+2 actually hitting. I wonder. I think he tried to do up forward 2 there. The Noctis orbital hits him out of it, gets a tailspin as well, and kills him for a DBP with a great first start there. If I'm Kaizuku Lars, I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, I have to play this guy again, please. Blackheart, make something. I mean, either way, it's going to be a run back for Kaizuku Lars. Blackheart was his first game, DBP was his second game. So either way, he's got to fight a familiar foe.
I mean, this whole tournament's just been such a speed run. A lot of very aggressive players just playing like pedal to the metal. It's a 3-0 there for DBP. It's a tough one out here for the slower paced defensive players. They're kind of just getting run over, avalanche style. Big
trouble for these players right now. But Blackheart can still make it happen. I think it wasn't like he got completely dominated that game, but you know, when DVP gets going, he's very hard to stop. And I think that's Blackheart's job. I think I want to see more of that up one as keep out. You know, it can really cause trouble for forward 2, for CD1, and for the hell sweep as well, because the hell sweep does not high crush initially. So you know, there's a lot of options that can stuff. Get the Forgotten Realm stage. Noctis pretty good. I think Noctis is very much a Forgotten Realm character. That Emo Man Sweet does break the floor. Has some very nice combos for the floor break as well. So I think, you know, but I think Bob also decent this stage as well. You know, I just think Noctis just benefits a tiny bit more. So let's see how Blackheart deals with it.
The down 4 sweep is huge. I mean, could be exactly what he needs. Just something to shake up this match, and really get DBP guessing. Make him take the mix-ups, because that down 4 is going to break the floor for 60 damage or more.
So one down for one, keeping DVP in check. No more power pressures. Oh, nice back turn launcher, back turn 2. That is a safe mid launcher. But there's the up one. So much has happened.
Gonna eat up a floor break here when he didn't have to.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if I agree with the floor break. Even though the combo was kind of fancy.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to be extra sure that he could kill.
They both have back turn launcher. Just one's counter hit, one's normal hit.
This is the other thing. Even just the threat of the down 4 can shake up the match. Even if he doesn't show it, it can change the way DVP's playing. It can make him more likely to duck.
We got a lot of mids from Blackheart.
They've all been hitting too. He's down there a lot right now.
Okay.
Slightly late. He's blocking all of the lows.
Hell sweep. Down 4. Probably a miss hell sweep. Time left as well, but up 1. This is huge for Blackheart. This combo.
No, that combo.
Wow. The rage drive battle.
Okay, Blackheart's sticking with it. This Forgotten Realm is shaking things up. Big punish, there you go.
Nice step on the 4-4-2, but not the best punish from Blackheart.
Better than nothing. You do want to go left on that 4-4-2.
Nice work there from DVP. Is he going to break this floor? Yes, he is. Nice damage as well. One more mix up for DVP to take this round. Oh, but the one down for okay.
Classic. Jab into the low. DVP still in game 2. Okay, Blackheart was trying to duck the high the first time. Haven't seen anyone successfully do that yet.
So run back from DP. Doesn't want to deal with anything. There's the hell sweep. Hell sweep again.
Triple denied.
Inspired a bit too much by Rukang there. Force for what's the okay? You have to be careful. You get up DBP. Nice patience.
Stayed down. Oh, he got swatted. Final floor break.
Yeah.
No more emo man threat with the floor break. Gotta guess here.
Down back 3. I like that. DP's doing a lot of mids in that situation. This time ended it with the low. Fine around second game. Set point to DVP. That was sweet.
Oh.
CD1.
He's staying very patient, looking for his opportunity.
Very nice. Down 2-2. No duck this time, but ducks the hell sweep. Very good work here for Blackheart. They should go to the wall as well.
Just outside of Rage. Tapped into Rage. Oh,
Oh,
no. That was
punished. Rage there for DVP. Is he going to hold it? Is he going to send it?
Whoa! He's dead.
Oh my goodness. The unblockable going over the power crush. And then because he was back turn, had a back turn launch he could throw out. That's an interaction I may never see again.
That was a punish. There's nothing DVP can do about it.
That was literally a punish.
Okay,
On
Blackheart,
the unblockable. I mean, that's the second time we've seen DVP go for the unblockable and it has not worked out today. Maybe that's a sign. And you know what this is, Joey?
What's up?
This is our second game of the day. Let's go into final game.
Yeah, only the second one. I was gonna say, you know, like he did that unblockable right there. I believe it was after up forward 1+2 4, and that was like a setup back when up forward 1+2 4 did the ballerina spin, because it left them like you were super plus. Anytime you get a ballerina spin, it's like plus 15, 16 or whatever. So you would do that, and then you would do the unblockable, and if they just froze up, they would eat it. But he did it after the new version of the up forward 1+2 4, which is the new tactic, the wall plus frames, and so it doesn't have that pushback that it used to have. It's almost like he was going for a setup that's not really viable anymore. Like he jumped right over and it flipped sides.
Yeah, I mean, in general, the new tactics has been a bit of a nerf to a lot of characters.
Yes,
I can speak for Hwarang as well. Like they made his up forward 3+4 new tactics. So in the neutral, that used to be +4. But with new tactics, in the neutral is +8. But because of the pushback, basically everything that's a follow up can just be backdash. Basically, at the wall, it's a buff at the wall actually. You know, because it's like it's +16 after the new tactics. But in the open, everything can be backdash. So new tactics generally has been a bit of I kind of like it in the way like some moves that was super good at kind of a decent way to sort of tone them down.
Yeah, Bob, for instance.
That was a big one. So
yeah, that was a wall splat before.
Yeah, Rukang actually scammed me with it in tournaments after the new tactics once, because I took my hand off the pad because I thought I got wall bounce, wall splat. But I forgot it was new tactics. I could keep playing. So.
A little adaptation period. All right, DVP getting the sidewall. Not dead.
Great available. Blackheart's gonna bend it back to the wall. Emo man running, not gonna be dead. He thought he'd get a wall splat.
He was looking for it. Maybe a little greedy. It just wasn't quite the right distance.
I wonder if finishing that would have been enough to kill DVP.
I think he would have lived a little bit, but he would have been in a better position to close it.
Yeah. Nice wall there for Blackheart.
Okay, not gonna finish it again.
He needs to finish this just a few times maybe. Or there's a chance he could be going for the just frame version and then just messing it up.
Okay, 1-1, totally even this set right now. DVP starting off aggressive. Hey, crouch S mix. He's going nuts with it. Trying to catch him moving on wake up.
This is generally what I believe Noctis struggles though. DVP with a huge life lead. Noctis doesn't have like the best lows or way to poke you down, so honestly bring back this life lead. So let's see how he tries to do that. What do DVP just getting hit right now?
Catching him with the mid. There's still a small life deficit.
Punish.
He's gotta make something happen with Rage. Oh my god.
A whiff punish launch there could have changed that entire round around. Instead, we are now on set point for DP. Moving to the lower bracket final. We play against Kaizoku last.
running that crouch S3. He loves it. Low.
Big low there. Even on life, that my former plus thing does it again. A nice. Oh, I think that was while setting 2-2. He messed it up, and somehow Bob went under the down forward 3. One day Bob will pay for his price. That's what he's down to.
Okay, good conversion. Blackheart just hanging on.
AP here.
Needs this round to stay alive. Nice stuff.
2-2. I think we're gonna get our final round. Joey. Rage available for DVP.
Don't speak too soon. Oh, it's over.
There it is. The power of the curse of the commentators. DVP is gonna take it 2-1.
Want that to happen, man? Did you will that into existence?
I just wanted to see if I could do it personally.
You still have the power.
I just wanted to see, and just like that, DVP is going to take it.
Get his run
2-1
back.
over Blackheart. I mean, a great run for Blackheart, though. You know, just taking it over Eddie to get into that point. As we now get into the lower bracket final between Kaizoku Lars and DVP, an all-German affair in that one. And both of them, you know, looking to potentially get a run back on K-Top. Wait, not both of them. DVP didn't play K-Top. My mind is not in. My mind is not in a great place today.
This is a run back right here. The lower.
Yeah,
final
this is the run
back.
back. That's what I meant to say. It's all the K's. Kaizoku, K-Top, K-Wist. My head is just, it's all over the place today. But needless to say, a great showing there from Blackheart to get to that point. You know,
In the money too.
Yeah.
$50 for fourth. Not going
Yeah.
away empty-handed. So that's what's up.
yep, top 4 placement, and I think, you know, only the best players, you know, in this tournament really get to go against, you know, Kaizoku, Lars, DVP, Eddie, and still, you know, looked like he belonged. Had a great show, and love to see even more of these as well. So I think we might take another look at the bracket to see how that has facings out for today. We're gonna have K-Top sitting in the grand finals, on the lower side it's gonna be DVP and Kaizoku Lars. The all-German affair once more, Joey Fury. And I want to know your thoughts and feelings on this. When it comes to a run back in tournament, how do you sort of approach it, especially with someone who beat you 2-0 in the kind of fashion that Kaizoku Lars lost it, that DVP lost it?
It's really so important, like, if possible, that you go back and you watch the footage of what just happened, because you're gonna have like this picture in your mind of how the match went, but it's very like informed by your emotions, like the fact that you just lost. But then there's like the reality of it when you just go and like watch each interaction of what actually happened. You can look at it a bit more detached, not so emotional. So, you know, I don't know, like this all in the same tournament, if a player would have the opportunity to go back and watch it, but you gotta just think about those key interactions that you were losing and come to the table with something new, especially if it was a 2-0. So, you know, last time I recall, Kaizoku was managing to counter hit DVP a lot with that big knee, back 4, and DVP was really struggling to counter hit Kaizoku. He wasn't getting his standard like DF2s to hit or his crouch dash 1s. So I think DVP would have to be thinking about, you know, developing his poke game a bit more, coming with a different strategy this time around.
And it is the longer set as well, so there is more game to play with. There's more time to see what's working and what isn't.
True.
And the thing is, Kaizoku Lars is just coming off a pretty bad, you know, 3-0 loss on his own end as well. So that might even affect his mental going into this one. DVP coming off the kind of when he did, Kaizoku Lars coming off the kind of loss that he did. You know, I think there's a lot of factors going into play here, but I think either way, I think this first game is going to be important. It's going to tell us a lot. You know, I think a 3-0 on either side is pretty unlikely considering the history between these two, the level they're at. You know, but anything can happen. You know, in these tournaments, this is a magical place where magical things happen. I think either side, I have no indication of which way it's going to go. I'm just excited to see this game. You know, I think the German players are always a delight to watch. No matter who's up, I think Kaizoku Lars and DP are some of the most fun players to watch from the scene, in my opinion. So, Lars and Bob as well. So Tekken 6, you know, it's a little throwback to Tekken 6. That's before my time, Jay. I don't know about you.
I was playing back then. I was playing, not traveling super extensively, but I went to a few things. I remember just the Bob infested brackets, just so many Bob players just rocking the down 1, and character was crazy. See Kaizoku there with the okay, it is gonna be Lars.
Yep.
And hopefully, like you said, he's not too shaken up or phased by how the winners final went. It was 3-0. Just got to lock it back in, stay confident. He's been playing
FaZe.
confident most of the day.
You said
FaZe, you say?
Yeah, you said phased. I like that one.
FaZe?
Phase up.
FaZe up, boys. Let's go. Lower bracket final. Here we go. First of 3. With the Tekken 6 outfit.
DV's trying to channel the Tekken 6 Bob energy.
It's good energy, man. That's real good energy.
He's that win any way he can get. While saying she won nice. I like that as well. Kaizoku playing a lot more tight this game, not giving DV the leeway. Smash out.
Ooh. Continuing his dominance from the last set. He only took one little tap that whole round.
Post round back forth is so mean. It just doesn't look nice.
Gotta let him know, man.
Oh,
Another one.
In the round this time.
That was out of his power push. Oh, while standing one, trying to really catch him swinging.
Yeah. He's looking for his back forward punish. That very nice.
What
Wow.
the? It caught that axis. Can he finish it? Ooh, that was nuts. I can't believe that track.
I know
that
in general, it's supposed to go like right on a lot of these stances right there, but like DP was going to the right.
This is crazy. Kaizoku's got his number today. Unless DBP can.
I love that movement there from Kaizoku. Dashing duck, dashing duck. Really varying his approach. Really did nothing for him, to be honest.
Swinging, looking for big strikes. Both these guys. DBP trying to get back in this. Oh, he finished the string. What's he got?
This?
Is that?
That's DDP, so it's dead.
I don't think any other bot player would have killed right there. That was tight.
You want to interrupt that? I'm actually not usually fast. You do see a lot of people challenge it.
Another bad rush. Narrowly sidestepping that crush S1 to the right. That is the way you gotta go. It's scary to try it though.
Gonna put DVP in rage. Follow forward 2. Nice punish. Rage battle. You have to
Oh,
get
you gotta
up,
get up. You gotta
Kaizoku.
get up. Time to guess. No, I guessed
Down.
wrong.
That 3. And we're going to a final round first game. Already this is more close than the upper bracket encounter.
Got like half life on it. Oh, it's a scramble. Gets his back.
Very nice. And perfect punish MP with a back to 2 strings. Punish that. Kaizoku just shy of rage. Nice interrupt again. Not hugely plus.
Oh, huge whiff. Kaizoku not ready this time.
Right
Double grab. Both outside of rage. Everyone has the resource. Taps him into rage.
Watching 2 rage available. There it is. What's the
You
next
gonna get down there? Okay, I would have been down there too. Oh,
Wow! What a block on the hell sweep there from Kaizoku. He takes the first game. And if that's an indication of how this entire set's going to go, I'm here for it, Joey.
whoa. That was interesting to see like such a scramble where both players are just outside of rage.
Yep.
It really got tense, and Kaizoku, I mean, what can we say? He just made a great read for the win at the very end. He read the situation perfectly. He knew DBP would be eager to win with the rage hell sweep. Or no, he didn't have rage anymore, but really good stuff. Kaizoku's playing great.
Yeah, honestly, I think this entire day, Kaizoku just looked very good. I think his biggest problem just came down to really close, even against K-Top, even though he lost 3-0, I think his biggest problem was just closing it out. He was getting good, starting well, getting life leads, but then K-Top would just come back into it. So I think Kaizoku, as long as he can close out his games, he's looking very good. But DVP has now 3 games straight lost, technically, against Kaizoku, right? I know it is a different set, and you do have to have that kind of mindset, but at some point that might start to weigh on you because you're thinking, okay, I'll play this guy 3 times now. He's won every single time. Even the rounds it looked like I should have won, like even that game that you can argue you could have had it. He still can't just close it out. The close ones are really going to Kaizoku. The 50-50 situations are going to Kaizoku. So let's see how he handles this one. The Vermilion Gate, still a lot of set to play. It's a first to 3 this time. There's still time.
When that stuff starts happening, I'm always just like, yeah, I'm due for a win. I'm due at this point. It can't keep going like this forever.
Can't guess right every time.
Yeah, the coin flip can't go heads like 4 times in a row, can it?
Exactly.
5 times in a row? No, I'm due. I'm due for one. Okay, here we go. Kaizoku up 1 game.
That back forward again, using a lot. He's really looking for counters against DVP. What's crazy is Kaizoku Love is really, when he takes the risk, it's really working out. On the other side, DVP really struggling to like land now.
Kazoku's defense, the anti-Bob defense has been excellent. What a step. You see that, like, just the way he's moving. It's the way he's shutting down the mix-ups and guessing right when he has them. He's covering both bases.
Break, what's he going to go for here? Yeah, same situation as earlier, but goes to the mini again. That was guaranteed. One more hit. Upward 1+2 DBP on the board first.
That move has so much range. Just caught him at the last moment. Down low. Kazoku was stalking him up close. Good mix-ups.
Oh, finishes this up, but no counter hit.
Whoa! Kazoku has ducked that string twice now. Hopefully next time he can capitalize.
Trouble right now for Kazoku. Punish that? No!
But he has squared up the wall here. Big bounce.
Wow. Oh, the range drive.
Oh, stole it out from under him. Crazy scramble right there. A lot of mistakes, but Kazoku coming out on top. 1-1.
That's it. Nice. Had a read. Okay, using that down before the high crush. Trying to be the deep left follow up.
Nice one.
Kazoku in the corner. Healthy. Down back 3.
Triple low. Counter hit on the get up kick. Alright, DBP in position to get on the board here. His first game potentially against Kaizoku today. He converted it.
Even on the trade, they should go to the wall as well. And this is pretty much inescapable from him.
Okay, being low.
Mid punish, that could have been launched from there.
Yeah, 15 with no pushback by the wall. DBP's gonna take it.
Okay, DVP coming right back. And like you said, Joey, he's due for one, and that was the one just
there you go.
Yeah, it's his first game on the board against Kaizoku, and I think that was very comfortable as well from DVP. Kaizoku last, definitely one panicking there on the back foot, making some pretty poor decisions. I think that puts us in quite the stalemate now. 1-1. I could see this one going all the way, or I could see at this point DVP or Kaizoku just running away with it, whichever way this one goes. Be definitely interesting. I think K-Top is going to be sitting there saying, okay, you have a pretty formidable opponent coming at him from the lower bracket side.
Yeah, you know, like Kaizoku, he was down quite a lot on life in that last round that we just saw, but it's something we were talking about earlier. Like, you really got to push your best effort for the comeback and make sure that they feel scared of you. And he just kind of burned like that DF3-3 when DBP's back was to the wall. Very awkward situation to put yourself in as a Lars player, because that was -15 with a lot of pushback. But if you do it by the wall, no pushback at all. DBP like totally capitalizing on that situation. So I think Kaizoku's got to make sure he's really hanging in there, putting in his best effort when he's trying to come back from deficits. That was a little bit of a throwaway right there.
So now we're getting to the third game between these two. Again, not the last game. This is a first of 3, so there is time. You can adapt. The Mishima Dojo, a pretty fair, even stage between these two. Not expecting anything crazy to happen, but with these two on the screen, who knows?
1-1. Yeah, it's a brand new set. DBP putting that 2-0 from earlier behind him. And dead even so far. Attacking the legs, DBP resisting the power crush. Poking his way back. Oh, no duck on the last hit.
You have to duck the last hit at least.
Yeah, at least.
The back control reaction, but the final hit.
Yeah, you gotta be down there. Can't let him have it. Spin kick is gonna be another scramble. Caught him ducking.
Oh, but can't peel off the wall.
Terrible sideball situation. He throws out the jazz hands for the win.
Okay, under the jabs of the 4-1+2.
Eating the highs, that's what it does.
Hey! I've seen Bob's up 4-3 do that too many times. I'm not even surprised.
What are you gonna do? What a whip punish. Alright, Kaizoku back to himself with the whip punishment, but unfortunate drop at the end.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling himself right now. Just finishes the last in 2-1. Throws out the shoulder there.
Like that punish for DBP. He's still sharp. They're both sharp.
He's available for DVP. We've seen him use it. Don't give him the
Oh,
chance. The
no.
flying jambon.
The flying jambon for the win. Half-life.
Shout out to Kaden Trench for that one. He's taught me a lot of Bob move names.
Dude, Bob's move names are hilarious.
They're all food related.
The flying jumbo.
What's funny is last thing 2-1 is spinach offline. I know Bob isn't eating spinach.
Oh, man. Like, he eats everything. Gotta stay big and healthy.
Yes, but the way he moves, yeah.
He's taking his time here. A little bit of a deficit.
Bad
countered it.
Huge. Last thing 2-1 finishes it, gets punished, raised available, and Kaizo Pilar is not given the chance to use it.
Okay, no big comeback this time. He stayed very solid. Checked him with the mid immediately. No flying jam bombs.
Nice.
Narrow splat. Managed to convert the whole thing. That was nice.
Look at the outblast. I mean, that was a Kazuya player punish right there. If I've ever seen one. Working on safe mid, do a hell sweep, and we're going to a final round, third game between these two. Snap.
Flying
another flying jambon.
To the wall. Beautiful carry, but not quite the right ended.
Oh no, DVP steps right now. Hydroclaws can't get out, he's in the corner. This is trouble. The secret string, he knows.
DVP has regained the lead.
I mean, one thing you saw there as well is that what I like to call the secret string there from Bob, the full crouch down forward 2 into the middle of the low, is it's not something you see very often. And it is just a complete mix-up once he does that mid. It's either the low or the mid. It's a complete mix-up. I think characters with parries can parry the mid because it's a mid punch, but other than that, you just have to guess between the mid or the low. It's a crazy round ender to throw out, and it helps get DVP that win there. And now this is trouble city for Kaizoku Lars, because again, he looked so good that game, was pushing the issue, was putting DVP's back to the wall, looking good, you know, pressuring him, challenging him at great times, but still managed to lose the game. It's the same story again earlier against K-Top. Still after looking so good, manages to lose the game. And now for DVP, he's up, he's feeling good, the momentum's in his favor. You know, he's about to complete the run back on Kaizoku, the person that put him into lower bracket. I mean, Kaizoku has to do something big this next game because it's not looking good for our hero.
Yeah, it's Kaizoku has been playing very well today, but I think his patience has started to wane a bit in critical moments. He's been swinging into quite a few power crushes. I mean, it's okay to take those out in the open, but you've really got to change your pace when you're trying to get off the wall. So eating a few too many power crushes there. And even just that game, you know, when he swung into the flying jambon, you know, that was very baitable if he just took his time. Yeah. But he was just a little bit too eager to close. So he's got to make sure his patience holds up in the stressful moments. I think that's what's holding him back right now.
Potential final game, and Kaizoku Lars is going for an outfit switch. A sign of the desperate.
There's that power crush. Big arc blast though. Keep out arc blast.
Is it going to be clean though? Yes, it is.
Huge damage. Taps him low. Taps him low again. Taps him low 3 times. Trying for 4 times.
It would have worked again. We just stepped around a bit. Down for 1. Kaizoku Lars still looking good. Definitely not phased by the position he's in.
One step. Side walk, crouch dash 1. Perfect ball carry. Half-life down. Right out the gate.
That's the second time he's punished Art Blast with Hell Sweep. Does it again?
Shima player, man.
Okay, the low parry. Let's see. Can Kaizoku Lars make this comeback? It's possible with Rage. Anything is possible. However,
anything is possible.
If that lands.
Oh, snap.
I saw it. I could see it happening.
Man. I got hit by that low. That was an amazing block.
Yeah. I think from that range, I don't know. I think it was the best thing to do.
Yeah, maybe he couldn't have really threatened with any big mids with that range.
Very nice punish DVP.
Setups. The old Tekken 6 bound move out of nowhere.
Oh, this is trouble. One that makes regular throw. Kaizoku Lars, you're in trouble now, son.
So the last thing he expected, empty roll into normal grab. Keep him on his toes.
L sweep, uh-oh. CD1. That one goes under the CD1 that time.
You hear the Lars theme music though. He's got a shot. He's gonna dig deep.
He needs
Other
it right
arc
now.
flash.
This should go to the wall.
Same down the fly.
Jump on!
Gonna put him in rage here.
Sweep. Get out with three.
should be done.
Kaizoku Lars with a
simple.
lifeline.
Keep it simple. Rage art. It's not over.
With special rage out as well.
Sick. And he stayed down, changed up his wake up timing, caught the counter, get him kick. Still in this to win this.
Kaizoku Lars, you need to make this one count. He's let it slip in this situation so many times today against K-Top, against Stevie earlier. Can he make this one count? Oh my god, another flying jump on!
And he converted it out the air.
No,
Oh my god. Set up.
Kaizoku Lars is panicking, flying jump on!
Another one.
Okay, he goes mid. Wall
my God.
bounce, but
There's
there's
no
no range! No jump!
Punish.
Punish,
He knew.
rage, Kaizoku! Regular move, broken, he's gonna rage drive! What's the mix? Oh my god! What?
with 1 health.
I don't believe it.
No, not like that, dog. Kaizoku, I don't want to see my boy go down like that.
He challenged the rage.
Heartbreaker.
Oh, that was something.
That took my breath away. I felt that one in my chest. That
I
was
had-
standing for.
I had to take an extra second to think who actually won that round because I couldn't see for a second. They both took so much health, got taken off. I thought it could have even been a double KO in the end, but in the end, I don't blame Kaizoku for the wild setting forward there. I think he was kind of probably expecting maybe a sweep or something, but you know that was a heartbreak city for Kaizoku Lars. I think so many games he could have taken. He could have had it, and we're going to take one final look at our bracket and see how this is going to see how the tail of the tape, how this tournament played out today, because there's been upsets all over the gas. There's been unexpected results, there's been domination, there's been determination, but in the end, there will always be DBP as he sits now in the grand final against A-Top. And Joey,
Bro,
This
what
has
a
been a
match.
this
Yeah,
has
dude.
been a day.
The flying jambon, man, just rocked his world. Like, what can I say? That's the move of the day.
It really is the flying. I mean, I think every single one pretty much in that final game. I think every single one hit.
Yeah, he
I
was
don't
converting
think-
him out the air, man. He
Yeah.
just snatched him out the air and then back to like
He was
that was
he was so ready for it.
that was the moneymaker right there.
Yeah. So unfortunate commissioning to Kaizoku Lars. He ends the tournament run in third place after such a great start of the day, such a great showing. It's unfortunate, but I think he could definitely hold his head high. He gave us some amazing games, looked so good in so many situations. Just a bit unfortunate. There's a lot I think he can look back and go over and improve from, and I hope he does that. I know he does. It's studious young individual, but now we're going to get into the grand finals. Now it's going to be K-Top, it's going to be DBP, and if you look at the names, I think DP is the one you expect to be here, but K-Top definitely is a bit of a shock if you're not really tapped into a lot of these tournaments. And to think as well, you know, the first thought on my mind is what character does K-Top go for, Jury? I mean, we saw the Julia earlier putting a lot of work, but he's known for that as Zafina. So in this kind of situation, what are you going for, Jury?
So it's interesting. We haven't seen this matchup yet. These two did not encounter each other today, if I remember correctly, right? So they're going in blinds. I think, yeah, if you're K-Top, you got to keep rocking the Julia. The Julia's been too good to you. I think she's good here against Bob. Really, like, I don't know how much it's going to come into play, but what I'm thinking about is just how much DBP loves the Power Crush. Particularly when he's got his opponent cornered. And Julia has a very unique, interesting mechanic in her 12-frame punish to back, and that it can get you out of situations where your back is to the wall. But K-Top, not even going to opt for it. maybe the Julia will come out later. He does have time to settle in and figure out how he wants to play the long haul. So he's going to go with the Zafina here.
I mean, these two have played in a lot of these tournaments. I have no doubt that they have definitely faced against each other multiple times. And for Kato, maybe this Zafina has been the answer him multiple times. And again, he is on the winner's side. He does have a set to play with. DP needs to win 2 first threes if he wants to win the entire tournament. So he has time to play with. Zafina, just go with the main, see how it plays out. I think knowing he has such a strong Julia in his back pocket, you know, I think is very good if he does start to go down in this step. But let's see.
This is a really annoying matchup for Bob, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like just so hard to keep her under control. DBP is a Bob master, so he should have some ideas for how to get it done.
I think the Mantis and the transfer stances can really start to cause some issues. From what we see, it's already beginning.
Yeah, man, I've seen her down 3 go under Bob's DF2, and that's like the move. That's the move to keep him off of you. So Top chilling on his life lead, running away. Doesn't want to overextend.
Nice block on the
Easy
sweep
block
there.
for him. That was great.
I think the first time we've seen a sweep block today from DVP is Kato, but all the momentum going into this, especially with how he dismantled Kaiser Lars earlier. Nice punch in the wall, anyone too though.
Textbook defense right now from K-Top. He's just getting his life lead, running away. He's doing it very efficiently.
Taking his crossing to go for counter hits as well. Just, you know, been very textbook again. Wow, so many counter hits for K-Top.
He looks really dialed in. What? And when he does go
crying
crazy,
Jambon.
dude, finally opened up with something crazy, and it was the perfect time to do it.
K-Top's got to spend a lot of time watching as well. Got into our winners grand finals quite a while ago, so nice to see that he's still fresh and ready to go.
Interesting. He just punished Bob's power crush with Zafina down back 2.
Yeah.
Not optimal, but technically a true punish.
Open it down by 3 to the rollback. Look at the life now for K-Top. I mean, DVP has definitely dismantled life leads like this in the past, but K-Top is not going to give him the opportunity. 4-4-3 plus frame down for 1. No dart.
He's keeping him out so
Wow.
well.
Wow, K-Top is really dialed in right now. The block on the health, the block on a lot of the lows right now. He is reading DBP like a book, and he's really got to switch something up if he wants to take this, because that was just, to put it lightly, that was not the start that DBP wanted.
That was crazy. That was just like perfectly played. He was just keeping him out with the down back 2s, with the 1-3s. Just get away from me, get away from me. And when DBP finally did work his way in, K-Top was ready with the right read. Like, okay, I've kept you out, built up this life lead, now you're going low. And he was just down there. Perfectly played.
I mean, it's definitely going to be a struggle for DP moving forward if it keeps going like this. But, I mean, what a start for K-Top, right? Because the character we saw him really dominating with earlier was the Julia. That was the character that really was getting the games like that. But the Zafina still able to do the exact same thing with the main character as well. And, you know, I think when you're down on the lower side of the bracket, you have to make the reset as well. Like, going down like that is not what you want to start your day. So K-Top, you know, just keep moving forward. Just 2 more games and the tournament is yours. That money is yours. And for DBP, the mountain just seems to get
It just got a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Gotta run a little bit deeper now.
He's
gonna
going to
switch. Aha. So we have seen him pick Fang in these tournaments before. It's not a common thing for him to do. Just thinking about it, I don't think I've seen it work out for him that much. But unique situation. I think, yeah, Bob does not play into Zafina very well. And like we said, Fang is pretty good here. So it could be a good tactical choice. But he's got to make sure that he's locked in right away because there ain't much time left.
Yeah. I mean, one thing as well I like to see is if people, they've got to, you know, don't just pick a character because the matchup's good. I've seen people do that before, but they're not playing the character well.
Yes.
You
you
need to
gotta
know-
play both.
You need to know why the matchup is bad and play towards that. So let's see if DP has his answers. Right now, a lot of ducking going on. That's not a good down back 3. I mean,
He's got the wall here. Big damage coming. Sidewall. Sidewall turns into a normal wall.
yeah, it's converted. On the 3, that's a 1+2. The wall setting 2. DP doing a lot of feints right now, and nice gets the back turn 1, guarantees a shoulder.
That was nasty. I love that combo back turn 1 in the shoulder. Goes up close. DVP. Good lockdown with the pokes.
Nice. Yeah, very nice movement there as well.
Nice little stuff there, but got clipped.
Oh, the classic while sending 2 into the Sabaki. Not going to get the wall though. Running 2 fast frames.
He's moving.
Oh,
Well,
my God,
oh
the snake
no.
hit.
Not dead though, and he's got the rage drive to work with. Get her away if he needs. Burns it.
Yep, burns it. 2 seconds left. Lively pick K-Top, but the sidestep for counter hit. DVP.
Not going to be clean, but K-Top pressed something at the last moment. Yeah, that's why he took the sweep.
That's a very good option in this matchup. As long as the Phoenix Star doesn't track to the left side, up 4-2 goes to the left.
Oh, this Fang is looking way better.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little matchup buff is all you need. The Pao Lao Impaler. Dead. 3 rounds straight.
See, here's the thing now though, Joe. We saw this story early today. We saw K-Top lose pretty bad to a Fang. And that is then he went and go grab the Julia, and we saw how that played out. So it's going to be probably an entirely different set now. It's going to be between characters. We start with Bob versus Fina, and by the 3rd game, it's probably going to be Fang versus Julia.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a lot of back and forth matchup counter picks throughout this set. I mean, I think based on how that went and based on how generally uncomfortable he looks against Fang with Zafina, it's definitely Julia time. If he wins that, you know, DVP could theoretically bounce back to Bob. But we'll see if he can catch fire with this Fang. I think it's definitely Julia time though.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, apart from, you know, the matchup being particularly good for it being in Fang's favor, I think K-Top kind of struggles against Fang in general. You know, with certain things, especially when he's playing this character, because just 2 things on top of each other. But the Julia, I think just the confidence that exudes when he is playing the Julia makes it that much more difficult for the Fang player. We saw it earlier against Eddie. You know, the Julia versus Eddie was just Julia versus the Fang. It's weird because Eddie's a character name and a player name, but the Julia versus the Fang did a great job. You know, so I think that's probably what we're gonna see here. Let's see how this set goes. Because I think this next game is crucial. Whoever wins this goes up 2-1. If K-Top goes up 2-1, that's 1 game to win the tournament. DP goes up is 2-1 to win the. No, he's sticking with it.
So he's ready to problem solve with his main character. Hopefully,
yeah.
This matchup is a bit tricky. Got to deal with just some crazy offense from Fang always, but let's see if he can lock in.
I don't hate the decision. I like when people try and it's a difficult matchup. Let me figure out with my main character. I don't hate that. But the only reason I'm surprised is we saw how well the Julia did against Eddie's Fang earlier.
Maybe he reasons that it was more a player matchup thing, just the way Eddie was playing. What the? What a trade.
They might have been looking for a generic down 4 and got Fang's down 4, which is a special input.
Yeah, you gotta get down 3+4, a bit of a Fang specialist thing.
Down back. I want to get rage drive. Flip DDP. It should be the route.
Cannot play too aggressive when Zafina has that locked and loaded. It's so dangerous.
I-14.
I-14, that's crazy.
Okay, very nice for now. That's indeed. He goes back to nice another down back 2 down here. They're getting a lot of those today.
Down back 2. He's been very successful with that. Oh, he tried down back 2 again, but no shoulder with him. And the thing I noticed with DVP, I think he's making much better use of the back 4 up close than Eddie was. So this could be giving him an edge.
Running 3, catch to the back tempo, forward 4-3, down forward 1. Nice, baits out the hop kick. Good whiff punish. K-Top making it work with the Zafina.
Really good patience right there from K-Top.
And that combo sometimes doesn't work on Zafina, so I was worried about him going for it there.
That was bold. I was actually surprised it worked.
Down for 1-4, gets the wall snap, but no, can't peel off of the wall. Nice block, no punish on the gap kick there.
Oh, nice. That's a good punish. Side wall. I'm almost dead even on life. Rage. Better be careful.
Frames, frames, 4-4-3, plus frames.
What? Don't finish your plate. Nice job. Yo, ducked under the back one.
I need to see that like a billion more times.
That was
Like,
sick.
That just went completely under back one, and then was probably a punish as well. Because
oh,
back one was
absolutely.
sitting wow.
Absolutely. Using that, I mean, the purpose of that move is like once you've established the snake edge, the down back 1+2, you do this move that at startup flames resembles the snake edge, and then it goes mid. It is slower than the snake edge, so it can just be fuzzy guarded, but
Yeah.
ended up just working out kind of by chance, evading Feng's back one. That was a crazy interaction.
So with that in mind, DBP, whatever character he picks in now, he is locked with until the reset. Now the Bob definitely struggled. Like Bob in general struggles against Zafina. Feng does considerably better, but we've seen that K-Top was able to. I respect the fact he stuck with Zafina and figured it out.
Yep.
So DBP, like now, I mean, this is a difficult decision. Do you go back to your main character? Do you stick with the Feng? He has other characters where he also plays Shaheen. He plays a bunch of other characters, but Bob is really the main for tournaments. By this decision now, DBP, your tournament is riding on this. It's gonna be the Feng, gonna stick to it. Just gonna change outfits as we go to the helipad.
Yeah, clearly Feng can do it. You know, there was a crucial round lost there where he just ran into a rage drive.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's not a character matchup thing when that happens. Like, you just had to be a bit more patient. So it's very doable with the Feng. Just at a deficit here. Needs this game to keep his tournament hopes alive. Here we go, helipad.
Potential
Hawaiian shirt.
final round between these two. Final game, sorry. Nice low parry in the down three. Excellent stuff.
Good combo, perfect. Spring kick out of there.
Nice up 4-2. Very good to deal with the Scarecrow.
Yep, and he's regained his wall pressure, escaping. Shuts down the spring kick this time. A little greedy though.
I didn't mind it because of the wall being right there. That wasn't really like a great combo after blocking it.
True.
Oh no. He tried to mash out there though. The wall is there. Is he going to break it? No, keeps it. Nice! Wow.
Then that was smart. Smart to keep
Wow.
the wall pressure. Incredible play from K-Top.
Excellent backdash. Perfect punch with a forward 4-4 to break it. That was just great awareness there from K-Top.
So good. It wouldn't have gone that way if he had broken that wall.
And he loves the forward 4-4. Down 3 top frame. Nice generic down 4 through the Scarecrow, and I was scared that wouldn't hit. Trade on something.
Top inching his way closer to the finish line, and he's going to read the low kick this time.
Over the down 4, back 3. K-Top 1 round away from winning your tournament here, being your PlayStation Fight Night Invitational EU champion.
Tournament point, K-Wiz. This time's DBP super on the back foot.
Combo hits
Combos
again.
work out again. At least that's going well for him. To the next wall. What?
And what he's trying to do there, but did not work out. Has a life steal, so afraid K-Top's gonna get this combo.
I think he misinputted his generic low kick. He got down 3. In huge trouble. That's going to be GG's.
And just like that, K-Top is going to be your PlayStation Tournament's Fight Night Invitational champion, taking it 3-1 over DBP. And I think that was that game that DBP won. That was the only game K-Top lost the entire tournament.
That is nuts, man.
That was an insane run. 3 over Kaizoku lost, 3-1 over DP. You have to say these two, 2-1 over Eddie, actually. There was Eddie as well. So, like, the play, literally had to play the best players in this tournament, you'd have to say. If you looked at the list of names, all the favorites, K-Top beat them all, took it in grand finals, no reset. Amazing, amazing work. Good job as we look at this bracket. I mean, Eddie. I mean, starting with Xeon as well. A tough first game. Xeon, Eddie, Kaizoku, and DVP. Only dropping 2 games against all of them. What a run from K-Top.
It's not something we were predicting. I think at the start of the day, we were talking about Kaizoku being very dangerous, DBP having won one of these before, at least one, Zayon making deep runs a lot. We were talking about Eddie. K-Top was a little under the radar, but just like eventually steamrolled the whole bracket, only dropped 1 game all day. What a performance. You know, congrats to our champ. That was incredible.
Oh, amazing performance there from K-Top. I mean, you know, I think a bit of underperformance from someone like Eddie, for example. We expect to go a bit further, but like that just came down to K-Top. You know, picking the Julia, played amazingly, shut down Eddie completely, then losing to Dignos a Blackheart later on. Another person who's a bit of a surprise, you know, for today. And then Kaizoku Lars, I think, you know, almost my MVP of the tournament. I think his win against DP was amazing. Against K-Top, I think just was struggling to close out those rounds and goes down to play against DVP, and DVP was just ready for the run back. The flying Jambon was that's my MVP of the tournament, flying Jambon.
Yeah, definitely MVP.
Bob up 4-3 is my MVP of the entire tournament. So shout out to all the players, you know, like what a performance, you know, from all of them. And wait to see all of these guys compete. If you guys want to compete in these tournaments, remember you guys can go to compete.playstation.com. You guys can sign up, get involved. Maybe we'll be commentating one of your games one day. Maybe you will have to take on the legendary K-Top and try and stop one of those performances.
Stop one of those flying gem bonds. But with that, again, we want to remind you as well, there's other ways to get involved. You can head on over to the PlayStation Tournaments Community Discord, where you can find regular updates on esports events, articles, videos, and meet with others to improve your game. Scan that QR code, type in that link, whatever you got to do. It's a great place to meet other people and up your game. Be sure to check it out.
And more fighting game action coming you guys way as well. We have the Street Fighter 6 PlayStation Cup. You guys can register now and take part. I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter 6 myself. I'm very much enjoying the game. I hope you guys at home enjoying the game. And if you are enjoying it too much, you want to take it to the next level, you can get involved in these type of tournaments. The Street Fighter 6 Cup is taking part. You see the link down there. Get involved, because we know how good these ESL, these PlayStation tournaments are for Tekken. It may see how it starts out for Street Fighter 6 new game. I've been enjoying. Joe, you've been playing the Street Fighter 6, Joe?
I've been doing some combo trials. That's pretty much the extent of me getting into it. But you know, maybe when Tekken World Tour calms down, you know, I'll give a closer look at learning some Street Fighter 6. But it is really fun.
Definitely. But yeah, that's going to be all from us.
Yes, sir.
Today, you know, we had an amazing tournament. Shout out to K-Top, your champion, comes very DDP, finishing that second place, and Kaizo Kulaz, you know, my little mini MVP for his run he had here today. Thank you guys for watching. Joe, you got any final words for the people before we sign off?
No, I mean, it's been a pleasure. It's my first time on the mic with you today, man. So it was a lot of fun. And just watch out for us at Evo, the Road to Evo Champions. They're going to be doing some stuff, some videos on us. So like we were talking about the PlayStation Esports channel on YouTube. And yeah, that's about it for me. It's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
PlayStation